more.
Me and Robin, I remember had
that Hail Mary last week.
I've been burning them.
Okay.
You
got a lot of EXP is the thing you do. By the way, we're rolling. Hi. I've got it might be loud, but I decided to just go ahead and roll the mic so that we're starting, and I'm going to assemble the Doom Pool. For those of you who don't remember, because you probably didn't literally just finish watching last week's audio, but some people might have, the Doom Pool is currently 6d6, 2d8.
It's a lot, man.
Well, here's the thing. So, you know how you guys have to spend plot points to do anything? I have to spend at least d6. So, that is the counter. Like, I believe we were talking about that. We did a lot of faffing off mic, and we're going to do some more faffing on mic, but we were talking about stuff like a stat line for Achilles, and yeah, he has 2 invulnerables, but if he was an NPC, that's a d6 out of the Doom Pool every time.
Yeah, which is why I thought, like, that's absurd. You can't ever get through that unless you have piercing.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
There's like 5 of you, there's like 12 characters, I literally have 6d6, that's only
I guess
6
I guess if you do Dogpile, you can get through it eventually.
That is, and honestly, that is the fate thing, is that when you meet a big scary character, like a Heracles, like, I guess Caster Gills when he's going fucking crazy, I don't know. Can I swear yet? I think it's, yeah, we're like a minute, it's fine. YouTube won't get mad at me. That's why you get several people together, and why your GM does fun stuff like, oh, the church is offering extra command seals to whoever stops this thing, you know. Actually, fuck, if Ikebron does that, I think every Grail War that has been a Grail War has featured at one point, it's like a trope now. There's been one enemy who's been so strong that a couple of the masters have to get together with their servants and double team him, or bigger.
We always got the kaiju we have to kill.
Yes. Every official Grail War.
Yes, that's it. Like everything that's been a Grail War.
I've also grown to think Avikron's now maybe one of my favorite servants, period.
Avikron's a lot of fun. Casters Caster is one of my more populated stat lines because they're really fun. They're a kit, but they're really fun.
I just resonate with a lot of things.
It made his character very
I
different.
ended up with Home, who, aside from, probably being our instant Wikipedia, I'm thinking just like, what do I have to do aside from just, occasionally just, look up information, oh, I know who that is, or just, go in there and just, punch a dude, like,
I just thought about it.
He's got one of the disguise ones. There's some different stuff, but yeah, Holmes is definitely an open-ended toolkit.
Couldn't Holmes have given Encyclopedia?
I mean, kinda, but he's got natural insight and hypothetical reasoning. He could have natural genius, maybe, but I don't think that's what they're going for.
I mean, like, this is the caster version, not the ruler version. So.
So this is the point where I thank the patrons who do stuff. There's a big long list of you, but some of you are here. It's weird. Whatever. It's fine.
No.
Yeah, we're all here.
Okay.
We were waiting for Card to come back, and I was taking Eon.
Yeah. Sorry, just whenever I hear that my I feel like
it's fine. Editing will pick it up if you're not too severe. I know there's at least one person whose comment I read who complains about people's audio. You're fine. What you hear, audience, is what Omega hears. You are literally hearing my sound as it comes out of my computer, thanks to...
Someone at some point complained about Axe's audio, and I was like, that's insane. Axe has decent audio.
Axe is one of the best audios.
Complaining about Axe's audio compared to other people.
I thought, like, I sound like a monotone.
Well, I mean as a
just your
person,
voice.
you have a monotone, but your audio quality is very good.
It's weird, because it's like, I'm using a wireless mic.
I would say you probably have the third best audio quality of anyone in the call.
That's weird, because mine's worse than what I used to have.
It still comes across pretty clean. And obviously mine's pretty good because I have a big boy microphone with arms.
Same.
But
I guess just compared to a lot of our people.
Okay, you have a more big boy microphone. I have something in between those two.
All right, but we're all here. We're all assembled. So last time, you guys went to the church and took out Lancer. That's the entirety of what you did. It took you a while.
That is very important for me, because I'm supposed to bring up that because Medusa in this form counts as a magical beast, I popped my 10 EXP right there.
Yeah. That's probably your good time to clock it out, because she is a demonic beast, kind of.
She's a pseudo-gorgon.
And she has monstrous strength, which is literally called the strength of a demonic beast, so I think it counts. And she has all those monstrous qualities.
And I'll take
my
it.
My arms and legs were blown off.
Well, no, you turned them to stone and then you smashed them, so you didn't get completely petrified.
You're a heretical monster. Literally, as you say on your sheet.
Yes, I am a heretical monster.
Okay, so I think
I'm not a heretical monster. I'm a heretical abomination.
Close enough. You saw the
technically,
heretical trait.
the thing that everybody done did some stuff to set up. So, Axe's character
it's
Aelius,
apocryphal, not heretical.
spent up
very
the
different.
you spent your EXP to bond with Ku, so Ku is now permanently on the team. And we can call him Ku now. We know who he is. He's that guy.
It'll be really fun.
I have spent time bonding with Mash.
Yeah, you spent some time working out your new limbs and hanging out with Mash, doing the requisite training sequence so that later at a dramatically appropriate point she can use her Noble Phantasm.
Yes.
The other thing that Aelius and Penth did was Penth actually summoned up all her 12 Amazons. I read out all their names last time. I'm not doing it again. It's already happened. You can go back. The audio is literally there. And then the rest of you did some stuff, but I don't know if you guys did too much detail other than just some fluff stuff hanging out.
Devram has a tracking spell.
Oh, right,
sorry,
you did. You put a tracking spell on that guy.
That one fucking guy. Don't like
This
him.
guy?
That guy.
Brief question. Can territory creation only come up when you're making things?
No, territory creation has two explicit callouts. One, when you are attempting to create territory, and two, when you are on your territory.
Okay.
Go on, card.
The other than just making a handy smoke bomb just in case somebody did a quick getaway. I've also sort of made a small battle plan, which I've submitted to the players, which they can sort of go over, make corrections just because.
I have no objections.
Okay.
I mean,
I didn't read
the only thing I would add is when we are when the four stealthy people are stealthed, or the three stealthy people and the three stealthy people and one person who can just teleport into the scene at will.
Yes.
So technically is stealthy. The only thing I would add is I would activate one of my Noble Phantasms, because it is very helpful at dealing with armies.
Okitan is stealthy in the same way that Metal Gear Rex is stealthy.
Yes.
The railgun nuke hits you before you realize somebody fired it.
Yes.
I can't do that with Pemp's NP, but
No, you cannot. No.
I can't because it's too showy. It's too showy because everything got is too showy.
There's not really hardcore stealth mechanics in this. I mean, there's a couple for like presence detection and back and forth, but generally, Noble Phantasms are not assumed to be stealthy unless I literally wrote an SFX in there, which is like, yo, dog, you can sneak them.
When is anything in Fate as an ambush?
One of my SFX on this Noble Phantasm is that it is specifically stealthy.
Yes, that is correct. Good. Though much like we said with Okita, that's usually the stealth effect is usually just the same as if you're super fast. Like Achilles can also just appear in a scene if he wants because he's fast.
No,
okay.
wait, but it's a weird NP. It is I'll say that it's a weird.
I mean, you made it, so of course it's weird.
Yeah, but this is weirder than like most of mine are straightforward. It's like I have chains that bind you. I have eyes that judge you. I can burn your soul apart when I judge you. Then there's this one, which I don't know what I was thinking.
For Dallas. That's bad.
And also another thing that's important to mention is that what's his face, Father Tomas, created some homunculi friends.
Yeah, he has two homunculi.
Yeah, I think that's you have a 2d8 resource right now. You have some homunculus friends who do stuff.
I may have more soon, but
For the glory of the church. If they say something else.
Actually, that's another point that reminded me. Is that a Noble Phantasm or a skill where you switch targets to people?
Which one?
When you reverse
the
taunt.
replacement is a Noble Phantasm, ain't it?
That's a Noble Phantasm.
Okay,
yeah.
Just checking. That's another number one. All right.
I have 4.
So, since you guys all briefed the plan, I guess we don't have to go over it in too much detail. We did a downtime last time, so there's not a whole lot to get into with that, I guess. So you're at the church place. I actually double-checked my Fuyuki map for where the church is. So there's 2 ways you can get to the port if you want to deal with the port. Which is actually, I don't know if I remember what we said last time, but the Fuyuki church is actually farther from the Emiya residence than the port is. We may have gotten that backwards. Don't remember. Either way, you figured out your logic and did it. So there's 2 ways you can get to the port. One, you can just hoof it straight north and cross right through New Fuyuki, which is very much on fire. That's where all the shopping centers and water parks and skyscrapers and stuff are, and they're really, really on fire right now.
Even the water park?
Oh, it's double on fire.
Especially
I was gonna say that
It
too.
is now a
Is
fire
the water
park.
even on fire?
It's a fire.
Dude, I remember watching some Hurricane Katrina videos. Water can definitely be on fire.
Oh, yes.
Instead of oil in it, yeah.
Well, like in Cleveland.
Yeah.
The other thing is you could go back across Fuyuki Bridge and then get back to the old side of town and just go up.
Has
Go
it not
upstream.
been broken in half?
No,
Which
it's
has
still there.
Okay.
Which has bigger buildings?
New Fuyuki is the like downtown modern city. It's just if you
Okay.
actually hold on, let me because I've got it. I'll go ahead and copy the image and paste it again. For the and the audience can see this too because this will be the bed image. But so the church is on the right hand side of the map area. So New Fuyuki is that section of tall buildings right there in the middle right that is very on fire.
I just noticed the thing of like, oh wait, did something just cleave through there? Oh
Yep.
my.
Well,
Yeah,
no, that's a
there's-
river. That's a
no,
river.
No, the giant line of fire is not a river.
Oh no, the
Diagonal
one that
cleave.
crosses the river. Yeah, I know the diagonal one. Yes, that is a cleave mark.
Because that feels more of like something from the sky cleaved through it than a beam.
Somebody may have fired a beam. You don't know.
Someone fired a beam.
And that's
But
that's
yeah.
Einsburn Forest down in the bottom left that's on fire right now.
But yes, I would be crossing atop buildings because that is how I stealth.
So, is everybody okay with that plan to just cut north through?
Well, aren't there two? According to the battle plan, aren't there two groups?
Well, actually, that's a good point. How do you want to split up? Do you
Could-
want to?
I was assuming it would be me, Father Tomas, and God, what is your character's name?
Aelius?
It is Devram.
Devram. Yeah, it would be us making our way stealthily, and then you guys assaulting from the assault way.
I thought we get closer to like within the actual area and then we divide.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
we're having a
You wanna do
discussion
that?
point. How do you want to do it?
Yeah, I think if we take the shorter route, which means we take the short route, we cut through the burning city, so that our stealthy units can do their stealthy thing. Then when we get close to the port, that's when we split off into the two groups with tents on one flank and Hellshield on the other. And when those two have, and when our two stealthy units have set themselves up to visualize the opponent, that's when we have the main force go after them. And I hypothesize that if the rider sees that many people coming, they'll do the thing where they summon guys that like two armies meet, and then that's when we have our stealthy guys do lock them down. Then whoever's left can go in and try to help take care of it. Oh, and or just have Hoshigima just smash her way through, because let's face it, she's good at smashing through moves.
I did want to ask our caster friend, because he is more familiar with the area. Are there any servants in the New Fuyuki district that you know of?
He would say, nah, that was not. Ryder's based in the port, but he's pretty mobile, so I think basically the area. Da Vinci probably has to explain to you that it's called New Fuyuki because maps. But basically, I'm thinking everything on the riverfront north of the bridge is probably Ryder's turf, and then south of New Fuyuki was all Lancer's turf, and then Assassin and Caster were basically fighting over the residential area on the other side of the river, and then that Archer is, because
Somewhere.
while Ryudo Temple is kind of shown on this map, I've established before that the top of the mountain's been mostly blown up, so you're pretty sure the temple is in ruins. Archer should be about there, covering that entrance to the Grail Cavern, and then Berserker is somewhere in that forest on fire. And he may be on fire. You don't know.
Yeah, and that's
You
our
might
official
like fire.
I like
that
fire.
zone.
I would rather Archer, but that's not what we're focusing.
It's exhausting to make fire, but when there's fire everywhere, it's really easy to move it around.
I'm not sure what Dallas thinks, but I would like to sneak ahead with him, and I'll keep Okitan with me until we get near the port, and then I'll leave her with the group.
Yeah, I was going to. Celeste was going to stealth find a vantage point, and then Father Tomas was going to use one of his noble phantasms that he claims is very good for stealth scenarios.
Okay. Well, all right. It sounds like the primary thing is that the masters are trying to sneak us. So that sounds
Yeah,
like that would be.
Father Tomas.
Well, yeah, but you're going to activate a Noble Phantasm. Is that just like what's basically the effect of that? Is that like spend a PP to appear in a scene you're not in, just be like, hey, I was here. What's up?
Father Tomas's?
Yeah.
No, he's going to be sneaking with me. He's going to activate the NP once we're in position.
Oh, okay, all right. So,
I didn't explain that.
So probably the best way to do this is to just have your.
I'll
let you pick who's better at it. You should have
your.
You should have the servant or the master roll, and basically have the other one give them whatever their most appropriate die is as a support die, because that's the thing you can do when acting together. Is you can just be like, "Here, have one of my dice. I'm passing it to you."
I assume that'd be covert.
Yeah,
and that would be a pair dice because of just what we're doing.
That would be paradise because that is what we're best at.
And it'll be rolled versus the Doom Pool. Because the Doom Pool is the generic scenario tension.
Well, okay, so
surprisingly high.
Would my designation apply? Executor of the church?
Yeah, I don't know. Are you supposed to be stealthy as an executor? Probably.
I mean, from what I remember of Stiel, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Once again, Kyrie, not the best example.
Well, yeah, Kyrie also retired from that.
Yes. I'm more basing this off of CL because she was actually working as one.
Kyrie went through like 4 jobs before the church was like, fuck it, I don't know, you're great, you can stay in Fuyuki forever. You inherited the position from your dad who mysteriously died.
Yeah.
How big is the support die we get?
It's just whatever the appropriate trait is.
Okay, so I would be lending him my dice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Basically, like I said, you should figure out probably whoever's better at the role.
I have a D12 for covert, so
yes,
I would
so you give him a D12, but he's better because of stuff.
I pass you back a D8, I guess?
No, those guys are working, the master and the servant are working together.
Yes, you would be doing Lone Wolf because you're better at that, right?
Or, yeah.
No, I do pair because I am working with Ogi-10.
That's what I'm saying.
So I take a dice from her.
Yes, whatever she does, probably furthest earth, because she can just, instant movement.
Minimal effort, high speed movement. Got it.
Would I be using his agility as well as my support dice, or just instead of?
No, you use his agility. It's basically build your pool as the primary character as you would, and then add another die from your other character because they are assisting.
So I have 3d12 from agility, 2d12, 1d10, 1d8. D12 from my covert, D12 from.
It should be D10 for covert master. I don't think skills go as high as D12.
Oh, then 2d10.
Still
2d10, 1d12. Because my pair dice is my d12.
That's also D10s. They don't go up to 12s.
I am silly. 3d10.
Dallas understands the sizes of dice. He can read the numbers.
Look, it's been a while.
Technically,
it's okay. It's all right. And to be honest, some of it is very arbitrary. It's just like, I guess we built teamwork so it stops at D10s. I guess so we don't throw around D12s like crazy. I don't know.
And my dice is Dallas's, but step down one because all my D10s are D8s.
I wonder if Jason could have like a D12 in teamwork.
Nah, he'd probably just have like a charisma or something.
Also, I'm using my shifty distinction because that will only ever be negative when I'm trying to talk to people.
Alright.
And convince them.
Okay, so you guys go ahead and there you go. Alright, one rolled. You have an opportunity.
Ooh, 2 8.
That until I return.
2 8s and a D12 effect.
Ooh, oh, wow, shit. Okay, well, if you guys ever wanted to activate opportunities, I have 4 1s on my D6s. That means I can't use any of those. Okay. So, Robin, you do succeed. My highest dice are an 8 and a 6, so you are stealthy.
Okay, I did have a question before I rolled.
So,
is there a difference in the dice level between Master Distinction and Servant Distinction?
No, distinctions are always a D8 or a D4.
Okay,
if you're using
then I'll use Father Tomas's because it seems more appropriate than Executor.
Okay.
I believe Hidden Devil would apply here.
Yes. I'm going to give Devram a plot point to step up one of my D6s to a D8. And then you will roll, but you're going to have a good pool.
Okay. All right. I got 2 9s and 2 6s.
Okay, so that'll be 18. What did you guys? It's much better. No ones. I I think the highest I can get is, because my d8s didn't roll good, is 2 6s for 12. So,
Are criticals a thing in the system again?
yeah, if you beat by 5 or more, you can step up your effect. For the two
it's
below,
like
doesn't really matter.
it's like second edition. Okay.
So okay.
Did we make it?
Yeah, you both passed very well. I did get another. I turned one of my d6s into a d8 out of it, but other than that, nothing really happened. Okay. Did you get any 1s or anything, Dallas?
Nope. 69.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Clearly, Danny Sexbang is with you.
Of course.
Robin got a 1.
Well, no, I mean, I did that already. We were past it, Axe. That happened in the past.
Yes. So we do our ninja vanishing trick.
All right. So, since that is them basically scooching up ahead very stealth-like in a montage, how are the rest of you handling this? One, how do you guys feel about crossing through a burning urban center?
No, I'm fine with it. I got no shit.
Aelius is more happy. It's like, this is normal. Or, this is like his childhood.
Well, that's not a good thing.
He passes by a burning clothes shop and is just like, yes, this is good. It's nostalgic.
I think 2 of the masters are way happier in this situation than they should be.
You would also have a lot of fun in Orleans with all the dragon fire. Shit, dude, they're burning into the countryside. That sounds great.
I would love Shimosa.
Shimosa would be interesting. Aelius would probably hate it because it's like nothing to actually learn.
There's plenty of heretics to kill, though.
Actually, that's a very...
actual heretics.
I was about to say, that's a very good question. Father Tomas would be really at home on the good side of Orleans, wouldn't he? Because he'd be fighting...
God, yeah.
He'd be fighting evil Jean.
It's like, I thought we burned you already.
Oh my god, actual Jean would hate him so much.
Well, actual Jean could just literally destroy him in one shot.
Actual Jean would probably just use the flat of her sword to just be like, bonk, stop it.
I think if he ever met actual John, he might just explode into flames. Because he so hard counters him.
Well, and also that's the thing, is most characters have something his mystic eyes can see. Jean died a 19-year-old farm girl martyr, so I'm pretty sure she has done nothing wrong in her life. She is a martyr and a saint.
Besides maybe being an asshole at times.
Depends on if it's post or pre-apocrypha John, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, and also that's another thing that's like, I don't know if, different instances from the Throne of Heroes, does that stick? Sometimes not. It's weird.
According to FGO, it's a big fat sometimes.
Yes, maybe, if we want to. VK Braun's way cooler, but also we really don't want to go over the fact that Jean had a whole romance arc in Apocrypha. That would be weird, guys.
A romance threesome arc.
Astolfo was there. He was leading that whole thing.
That'd be weird. C's just gonna be like, nah, dude, I'm just a terminal. We'll work it out later. It's fine. Alright. So, everybody meanders through the thing. Card is still BRB. So I guess the step... Or Card is still muted. Okay, there you go. Alright. So does Marriott have any particular thoughts about wandering through downtown Fuyuki on fire? Downtown Fuyuki is on fire. He is not on fire.
Yeah, he's just like, this is disaster zone. Real, if I was told that everyone's already dead, then I'd be looking for survivors. But because we've been told that everyone's already dead, no point.
No,
your mother didn't cause a forest fire on your birthday every year?
I lived underground. Like the most fire I've ever seen is attached to a Bunsen burner.
Oh right, Atlas.
Those guys. Hey, you shouldn't talk shit. The clock tower goes deep underground until it runs into a dragon skeleton or something.
It's not like Aelius has actually been in the clock tower that much, but fair.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. So I'm guessing the next logical step is to stop faffing around and just go ahead and stealth team is gonna stealth stuff.
The plan.
Oh, okay. I get to activate this noble phantasm. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. No, he's not here. Don't worry about it.
No. I feel like I should say the name of this because I was in a mood when I made this. The name of the noble phantasm that Father Tomas whispers, because it is cast stealthily. It is cast as if the caster had the presence concealment is demonic deeds done in the darkness.
You probably could change a little bit, made a Berserker reference too.
So as he says that, basically you hear the wind pick up around the port area, and then on various rooftops you see hooded figures in billowing scarlet robes with long, wide-brimmed hats have appeared on most of the rooftops in the building. Because I summon 2d12 homunculi.
That's a lot.
That are treated with the presence concealment traits.
Okay.
That is honestly exactly what I based this off of.
It is literally that, yes.
How can I make nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition into a noble phantasm?
But also actually deadly.
Oh,
They're
Jesus.
They're pretty high quality.
Well, I summon 21 homunculi.
All right. Well, and so as a mob, they are probably still like a 2d12 rating, but
Yes, they're pretty
for
cool.
purposes of fluff, 21 is a good number.
Probably equivalent to like E-rank servants, like how the front
They have they're holding various implements. Some are holding staves. Some are holding crosses. Some are holding black keys. A couple of them are holding very bloody-looking torture implements.
There's got to be
and
at
they
least
look
one of them
long-term.
holding a classical medieval gilded Bible,
Yes.
which is actually a really good burglar stunner.
Yes, one of them is holding a big fuck-off book, and they all look to be on standby, as they're just, like, hooded and standing above the port, surveying the situation.
All right. Devram, thoughts? Feelings?
Do I even notice this?
You notice that you're close enough that I think you would notice he cast it, because it's only presence concealment, not A, it's presence concealment B. But the people have presence concealment B, so you might not notice them.
Yeah, that's B is they're not noticed until they act with killing intent. So
yeah,
so you know he's done a thing.
And I tell you, he has brought allies because he told me what this would do. I don't see them, but I trust that they're there, unless he's just lying to me. It's like
It's a magic feather. The Inquisition's not real.
We totally have invisible ninja friends, I promise.
I hear this, and I hear he has brought people. I do not trust that at all. But I can't see them, so keep going.
I wait on your mark.
You briefly pull out your bullets and file crosses in them, dum-dums for the heathens.
I do the Wolverine, the classic in Executor Wolverine stance of holding black keys in between all of my fingers.
All right, so this is basically you guys are actually splitting up now. The team is snuck ahead. They're in position. You guys are just gonna wait for the signal, right?
Yes.
All right. Are you guys doing anything else in particular while you're waiting?
God, I just thought of like dumb
Hosh's
idea.
probably getting drunk right now, I guess.
Okay, how is Hoshi
I-
getting
I-
drunk?
Well, it has with intoxicating fruit. So she has a sake cup with her at all times.
It's true.
Part of her skill is always overflowing.
You maybe past a brewery on the way.
My servant always has wine on him.
True. Okay.
I don't want to tell you what the wine is made out of, but she might enjoy it.
I mean,
the blood of the damned.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So Hoshi just props up her club in a corner and just probably is like, "Hey, boss, want a drink?"
I'll try a swig. Probably gonna regret it.
What's her rating of intoxicating fruit?
It's a rank C. It's a rank C.
Okay.
So it won't melt you.
You're probably immediately a little buzzed.
Oh boy.
You feel very warm all of a sudden. You're not sure it's because this river is slightly on fire.
That's some good shit.
Oh, wait a second.
Would I have enough time to work with Ku to make a rune that can to make an explosive rune?
You guys will probably have a downtime action, yeah? You want him to prep rune grenades?
Yes. If we work together, we can make incendiary rune grenades.
Sounds like, I don't know, probably a resource. You want to spend a plot point on it? Give me blungoodness. I say you want to spend a plot point on it?
No, but I think I probably need all three right now, so probably not, actually.
Okay. Then he does not. You could make them, but you don't want to invest resources in them, so
That's fair. Just considering it.
I mean, yeah, he's got rune magic. He has all kinds of fun rune stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have invested a plot point to prepare my exarcations.
Right.
I changed my black keys so I touch them and bless them, and they have feathers hanging off of their hilts now.
Actually, didn't you set that up last time? You have to do that every time. I don't think you actually threw them at anybody.
Oh, I didn't throw them, so no, I don't.
Yeah, so they're still loaded with birds.
I have enough to bless 6, because the traditional between the fingers.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so how are you guys going to go about investigating the port? Just, talk to me. Do some roleplay. What are we doing?
Well, I would love to get on a ship. I'm pretty sure that would take us over open area.
Yeah, honestly, there are a couple of ships in dock, even though they're not on the map. Looks like container ships and stuff, because for some reason there's a shitload of shipping containers in Fuyuki Harbor. Yeah.
What is gotta hide all, the military tech.
Oh, could I get Okitan to jump me to the top of one of the ships?
Yeah, or also a crane. But you want a ship?
I want vantage point. So
right.
Yeah, ship.
All right. So you there's a container ship that appears to have been something in half, punched, sliced, snapped, whatever, burned. So its ass end is sticking up out of the water, which means the bridge tower is very tall, so you can just pop up there, and you are now very high up. The boat creaks a lot in the relative silence of the night. All you hear is distant burning flames, the waves whapping at the shore.
Likewise, I was going to look for a crane. You mentioned a crane. Is there a crane?
Yeah, there's a crane.
I will perch myself atop the crane.
You feel like you should be somewhere else, and the shootsman should be on this crane, possibly trying to shoot somebody. You don't know why you have that weird deja vu sense.
I mean, I have somewhat over long range.
No, it's a joke because Kiyosuke was on the crane.
Oh,
what would it take to make a sniper rifle out of magic?
A lot.
It would take 15 experience. Is what
There's
it
that
would take.
true. That.
Okay.
That's to create a new tool is 15.
So like a D10 sniper rifle.
I'm probably one encounter away. So after this, I can do my job.
Okay.
Better.
I am also. I'm going to be making something, but it's funny.
You might, if anything, you might want to eventually just have a thing where you have a Yaga grade hunting rifle.
I am going to pull out my pair of binoculars to attempt to survey the situation.
I also have binoculars because Holmes didn't break them.
You look at each other through binoculars. You give the secret okay hands. You go back to looking around. I'll say this because you're super stealthy and they didn't notice you. You immediately spot that there are some skeletons in this port again, wandering in between the rows of shipping containers. Hanging around in some of the boats. These do not appear to be the normal evil bones you guys fought before, though. Nor are they dragon tooth warriors. These guys are chilling with real spears and bows and swords.
Ooh.
Oh, it's him.
I could use a knowledge skill.
Probably.
Yes.
I can also use tracking to see where they came from.
Knowledge ancient history.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, because that's what I have based on my character's backstory, because she dealt with the Grail before she went, I should probably look up this history stuff if I'm ever involved with this shit again.
And the other important thing is that in addition to having, like I said, real weapons, vicious spears, axes, shields, polearms of various types, they also appear to be covered in gold. They're wearing gold armor, helmets.
Well, that drinks exactly one bell.
I think I know who it is, but...
that changes a little bit.
I think I know... Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know who it is, but I think I know the general culture of where it is.
Devram would like to start converting the net worth of that armor.
Oh, you just gonna get in there?
Converting the net worth?
I just want to see if he can estimate how much that armor would be worth.
If it's actual... Well, it's probably... It's armor, so it's probably gilded. So it's probably bronze or iron underneath, but it's probably got a decent chunk in there.
Oh yeah.
It is.
You see several dozen of these varied skeletons.
Yes, in my head I'm now going.
Oh, it's him. Oh no, I was right. Oh no, I was right.
At some point, you probably see a skeleton horseman. He's on a spooky skeleton horse.
He's got to wait for the giant elephant now.
Omega, would distinction Grail Imperator, would that work?
Yeah.
Or Grail Overseer?
Sure, yeah.
For identifying culture. Let's see if this does it. Why did I even roll these dice? Why did I roll these dice? I should have rolled my own dice.
What is this?
So here's the thing.
Why
I
is
rolled the Duke
why
pool.
is
I think you're still going to be okay, because I think I have an 8. Yeah, no, that's a 5 and a 3. On my D8s, that's an 8.
Wait,
Oh yeah, remember.
you're allowed
Mega
to use
always
the
rolls
Omega.
Omega
Omega.
attack die?
Omega, how many Doompool dice do you want?
Well, I'll turn a
Considering I
couple
rolled
of these. Actually, no, I need D6s.
I rolled double ones.
I'll add 2 more D6s. But you do win, because your highest is a 10. So, yeah, the style of the armor and weapons is definitely Persian in origin.
Okay, so I don't immediately nail it down to it's obviously who I think it is, but I know it's that area of. So
Yes.
it could be a couple people actually.
It could be a couple, especially considering that honestly, there should be multiple heroic spirits who have different.
There should be
versions
more
of this
Persian
noble
writers.
phantasm.
We all know who it is, but we can't say who it is because our characters
Anyway,
don't know who it
if
is.
Oh, that's who you think it is? That's not who I thought it was.
No,
I
that's
was
the
thinking of it.
joke. It's the joke.
Oh,
It's related.
It's clearly Sex Rex.
It's very much sex friends.
It's cargo.
While those two are surveying, Reed would sort of quickly take them and sort of whispers like, "Do you guys have a visual on give home a bit more of an idea of who we're dealing with?"
Just so we're clear, whenever I'm scouting, my communicator's off, just like last time.
Okay.
My communicator would not be off because I have some magic that is concealing that because I regularly use comms, so I figure I would know how to do that at least.
Aelius uses witchcraft to increase to binocular sight.
I have no visual on the target, but I have determined the servant is Persian or similarly Middle Eastern in origin.
Can I use my tracking distinction to see if I can see where they came from? Or if I can tell based off whether they're patrolling where the head would be, so to say.
Yeah, I won't make you roll for that. Based on your tracking, you can tell their patterns, because they are patterned. They're very variable. Some of these have, in case you can see from the concept art, some of these have very weird feet. Like that one guy who is just made of blades. Thanks, buddy. So it would appear that they have just, tracking them back to an origin. At some point, they just appeared out of thin air. So, that's a little bit of a malice. But if you're like, okay, what are their patterns? You get the impression that their center of operation must be somewhere in the forest of shipping containers. You know, maybe in one of the warehouses or actually in the stacks. Which, unfortunately, you probably have to get all up ins on to get a super deep view because, this is a literal maze of shipping containers. They're very tall.
Just check the ones early on that's on green fire instead of normal fire.
So it's one of three.
So, yeah, I turn on my communicator. They appear to be in the shipping crates, somewhere over there. That is where they're guarding. You looking to get closer?
But I want you to get closer. Also, he gives me a bit more detail on the what's called general look. He sort of looks over to home and at the end of the day, they're gonna take all of this information, then give me then tell me if you can discern anything.
I will relay what they look like.
Definitely sounds Persian. Unfortunately, that doesn't narrow it down. There should be quite a lot of Persian kings and generals who can summon many of their men. It sounds like we're taking that whole immortals thing a little bit literally.
Yeah, I guess there's only so many that have an undead army.
I would guess it would be from the Achaemenid dynasty, but that's pretty much all I can get out of it. And if you think that means anything, that's basically where all the really famous Persian generals are from.
Basically everyone related to Hermiter. We're not going to say his name yet.
It's like saying
part of
someone's
the
from the
Achaemenid
Byzantine
dynasty.
Empire.
Yes,
their name.
Starting from actually, I don't know when that would have started, but there's a very big chunk of Persian history that was bookended by some stuff that are all relatively similar.
Yes.
Yeah, like, I mean...
And then there's one in the middle who might have a picture in Discord currently.
You know what, like, if they're Persian ruler you've heard of, they're probably from that dynasty. Doesn't narrow that anything at all.
Or they're the one that came immediately after that.
Basically.
Well, technically, the one who came immediately after that would be our lad, Iskander, but...
The one who
then he fucked up.
took over afterwards.
Ptolemy would be a great servant.
If this is Cyclitus, that'd be interesting, but I don't think it is.
I wish this wasn't going over my head.
Sorry, I'm a history nerd.
It's alright.
Cyclitus was basically the person who took over after they kicked Iskander out. Or basically after Iskander died and they kicked the remnants of his army.
Yeah, so the Alexandrian period is super interesting because Iskander conquered a big chunk of the known world and then fucked off and died, basically. He bumped into India and didn't make it any further.
Genghis Khan, honestly.
And then all of Iskandar's generals were like, dibs?
Genghis Khan fucked a lot more, though.
Hey, Iskander fucked. His wife and his son fucked off back to Macedon, where his mom tried to put them on the throne, but that didn't work.
Basically, the only difference with Iskander and Genghis Khan is instead of generals for Genghis Khan, it was his sons. That's the difference.
With Iskander, yes, his actual generals, like Ptolemy took over Egypt and named himself Pharaoh. Also, as far as we know, he kicked off with Iskandar's body.
Yes. Which that could make a very interesting servant.
Oh yeah, he could summon the body.
Ptolemy with Lich Iskander.
Ptolemy who just is like, hey, I got Iskandar's stuff. Also, I'm a pharaoh now.
So, like, I used ancient Egyptian magic to resurrect my general.
Well, Iskander was technically a pharaoh because he took over Egypt, and they was like, I'm pharaoh now. And he's like, and the Egyptians were like, okay, cool, we weren't doing anything. Listen, we've been putting this thing in cruise control for about 2,000 years.
Just don't break anything.
Don't fuck it up.
We've been stuck in this desert for literal millennia. You know,
As long as
our
you don't break our shit,
big
we don't
rock
care.
thing. Have you seen our pyramids? Those big piles of rocks? Those are older than your entire civilization. So just don't fuck anything up, and you'll be gone in a little bit. Oh, hey, he's dead. He's gone. That's ancient Egypt in a nutshell. Every time somebody came in and fucked some shit up, it was just like, are they gone yet?
Anyway.
Anyway,
we're doing the thing again.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
We've gone way out.
When do we not?
Well, I'm still being carried by Okitan, so can she just jump onto the near crates and then we stealth from there?
Sure.
I'm just having the fun image of her, like she's bridal carrying you.
Probably.
That's absolutely what's happening. He's got the binoculars around, looking, giving thumbs up to Selena.
Celeste.
Oh, the joy of servant-master relationships.
You guys have too many S names.
I will basically just be waiting. I think as of having seen a skeleton army, I'm like, I know what I need to do.
Hold on, wait a minute. This is I think this is in my wheelhouse.
Yes.
I think this
It's
is
very
one
hell-like.
thing I'm good
You
at.
see skeleton army. I see XP farm.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
Yes, every time I kill a dead enemy, I gain an XP.
It's going to be really interesting because technically these guys are colonial.
Ooh.
That's right.
Oh.
They're a hive mind of skeletons. All right, you have appeared on the on one of the near piles of shipping crates. I assume you're just going to like stealth scooch along the top.
Yep.
Like a whisper in the night.
Definitely not getting on the ground.
Okay. You know, you're doing that whole thing. You're meandering. You're doing stuff. You definitely see there's many of these skeletons. There's at least probably a couple dozen just wandering around, patrolling the borders of this territory.
Also, do you look over to where Father Thomas is?
I do not, but I still have tracking on him, so I'm keeping. I know where he is at all times.
Your tracking disappears.
Ooh.
As he has been affected by presence concealment. And you see in his place is what looks to be a dead homunculus in a snazzy scarlet coat.
Oh, he pulled the old ninja body double trick on you.
He can do that with ease. It does essentially step down their effect die, so they're now 1d10 and 1d12. but he can switch places with them, and he gains their presence consumed until he makes an offensive action.
Before we get too far into this, how far away is everyone?
Well, that's a good question to ask you guys. How far back do you want to set up? You now know that there is enemy patrols, basically. You guys can.
Okay, so I assumed they were going to make the engage.
Oh no, I'm definitely taking the first shot.
Oh, okay.
You guys are the ambush.
There's a couple different places you could be. You can obviously kind of see, like in this map sketch, you can kind of see like the shipyard and the port stuff.
Like I definitely want Hoshi and I to be in close proximity when the fight starts, so we're not doing the whole like catch.
I think you could probably be within jumping distance for Hoshi.
Yeah, like with good old demonic strength, mana burst, all that stuff.
So I assume that you guys are probably inside the fiery line.
Yes.
Like not right up on the shipyard or anything, or the dockyard, you should say, in the port. But you are a couple of blocks away.
The perimeter, yes.
Well, the perimeter is patrolled by spooky skeletons.
The perimeter of the zone that isn't directly being watched.
Okay,
the perimeter of the perimeter.
Right, correct. Okay, the perimeter of the perimeter. We've established a perimeter around their perimeter, and we're sticking to it.
Yeah,
that's how this works.
All of our infantry can leap a mile in a second, so
yeah, that's
it's true. You guys are very fast. Meanwhile, Holmes has probably quietly hit up Hoshiguma for a quick snifter.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, he's probably not that bothered.
I'm going to be using another PowerPoint to activate a different right.
Okay. You're going to switch to undeadness?
No. Not an exhortation. A right.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's I don't remember what it's exactly called, but it's the one that they basically give them undead sight, so they can sense the number of undead in an area.
Ooh.
So
it does not give them an exact location. It just gives them a general area and number.
So I think here's what you get on the undead dar. There's currently one undead, and it is all around you. Because funnily enough, the way this one works is they are literally called a colonial organism. So
no, that's fair.
There's one target, and it's currently everywhere in the port.
You see Celeste with a confused, derpy face as she goes, wait.
Hang on a second.
She checks to see if she said something wrong.
No, it works.
Nope, this is correct. Okay.
From a mystical standpoint, there is no difference between skeleton A and skeleton B. They are all just skeleton.
And
even if one can kill you way harder.
That is very weird.
It's weird.
That's going, huh.
That's like a necromancer made a giant dragon made of pelicans and turned into other skeletons.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. Anyway, it's a weird one. You guys will see later.
No,
I'm expecting the giant centipede of skeletons now.
Oh god. You ever play Bloodborne?
Yes.
Oh god damn
You ever fight the One Reborn?
Oh god damn it.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you want to do references, you could also watch out for the fucking Gravelord Nito of this situation. Oh, we're just gonna form a giant flying skeleton with scythe arms.
If I see some fucker attached to a wheel, I'm leaving.
Yes.
I gotta be honest. These guys have a lot of different designs, and one of them is probably a skeleton wheel.
Oh, fucking pain wheels. Oh. If there's pain wheels, we're bailing.
So you guys scooch closer. Celeste is confused. And Devram is...
Is Celeste coming closer?
No.
Celeste is in her vantage point and is busy being confused.
Celeste has seen there are undead afoot. I know where I am most useful. Doing the killing of those.
You're just ready to fucking dive bomb off this crane into a pile of skeletons.
I am in the traditional Moon Knight Batman pose of silhouetted against the fiery moonlight.
Yeah.
With the creepy man in the background in the corner.
Devram, you're policing along the top of the just maze work of shipping containers. Because originally you get the impression that obviously, it's a dockyard. There'd be dock workers, stevedores out here, putting stuff in forklifts, moving stuff, using that crane. Everyday working men doing working stuff. You're pretty sure either a large person probably a servant, or perhaps some kind of large animal has, just been kicking over shipping containers for fun, because some of these towers are knocked over, some of them are crushed in. Some of them, the skeletons have clearly tried to rearrange them to be monoliths, right? Like, just, you see, a couple, like, archways, almost Stonehenge style erected out of shipping containers. But it does kind of form a little bit of a weird maze-like area, but you're on top of it, so that means you could easily walk towards the center.
I absolutely do that. He doesn't say anything, but man, this is some tacky design.
You just casually cowboy stroll.
Being real snarky in my head, but yeah, no. Just
He's a cowboy.
without a care.
But on a steel horse does he ride?
On a
no.
Majin saber he rides.
That would be a good distinction, wanted dead or alive.
That is a servant. That is a servant I have built in this.
I need to build. I said that Sam Colt would be funny, so I need to build him.
Oh, the thing where
His
every
noble
gun
phantasm, the peacemaker. God made man.
right?
Sam Colt made them equal.
Yeah, that's great.
I built the Pale Rider.
Is that an anti-divinity gun?
I mean, that's sort of kind of what I would think, is just that it's like it's a gun that strips away all special protections because all men are equal before Sam Colt.
You ever
It's
see
like, oh, you have special things
Supernatural?
you don't now. This gun
You ever see
says no.
Supernatural, the TV show?
No, I have not. I should
No.
sometime though.
It's that they basically have his Colt in it. It's a gun that if you shoot anything with it, it dies.
I could see a thing if you gave Samuel
Including
Colt's gun
Satan.
to Billy, and then like everything just dies.
Anyway.
Well, Billy's fun. All right.
Anyways,
So I figure this is good. This is a good point of saying is to get some stuff going. Devram, you arrive roughly in the center. You find an enormous chair of shipping containers. Sitting inside the shipping containers is a large lad. He's very immense.
And
Does he have a giant candelabra on his?
No,
Is
he
his
appears to be
skin
wearing
made
a
of
hood,
ash?
but he does have
feel
giant gilded horns sticking out of his head.
I
Yeah,
feel
okay,
like
that's
this
my voice a
might
little bit.
not be. I feel like this might not be that one. I feel like this might be his grandpappy.
Yeah, I was making a joke.
No, I get
Very
it.
silly design.
But he has
It really
he has the
Seriously,
he's wearing like a hood and a body covering. He is enormous. But like I said, they're coming out of his hood. You don't know if they're literally horns or what, but just and he is a big boy with a hood
Are
over
they
his
horns
head.
made of fire?
No, they're just gilded.
Yeah, which is the traditional Persian crown. So that still doesn't tell us anything.
There is no fire yet.
That's interesting. That's like a big
He is most likely one of three people of one of two names.
Oh, so he's one of the Dariuses, possibly.
No, he could also be one of the Xerxes.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of things.
He
There's
could
a
be
lot of that
Xerxes.
He's one of the Xerxes or one of the Darius, most likely.
And under this hood, you can vaguely see the faint impression of glowing red eyes just staring into the middle distance.
Okay. Devram's stands up, turns on his communicator, shouts so everybody can hear. All the people, all the skeletons, the dude there, found the ugly motherfucker, and then, as planned, takes a shot.
Okay. So it sounds like this is an action
You know,
scene now, and you're starting.
Hoshi and I
Yeah.
were very much ready for this. I was on her shoulder, jumping. I know I
Fluffwise,
can't say that.
without rolling, can I use Magecraft Expert to make the shot louder so people know exactly here?
Sure, Fluffwise. You wanna put your loudener on? Sure.
No louder.
Just the, hey, right here, this guy. So yeah, Devram's gonna shoot. Gonna use Keen Eyes.
Add a
for
plot
my
point
distinction.
for a server targeting a master.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's very important right now.
You can also add a D8. You can add a D8 to your pool if you would
What?
like. You have a passive blessing right now.
You've got a little buff.
That is the effect
Oh.
of my noble phantasm. It gives all allies in the area a passive one that they can add a 1d8 to their pool. It is essentially because you are being the dudes with staffs. They're standing there and chanting.
You are part of the hunting mob.
Yes, you are part of the
Yeah,
Inquisition.
it's kind of a setup support kind of thing.
Okay. Gonna use marksmanship here and my lone wolf dice.
Sounds about right.
Because it's a passive blessing, so I don't have to take pair for it.
Nope.
Gonna ignore all my covert dices because I stood up and shouted that shit.
No, you are not sneaky right now. You're calling him out. It's high noon.
It's high noon.
You look at the sky. Okay,
Yep.
it's high noon, I think.
Probably.
Somewhere.
It's high noon somewhere in the world.
God,
Yeah.
blame it.
Ooh.
There's a couple ones in there.
I'm gonna take the 2 6s.
Alright, you're going to have a yonder 12, and there are a couple ones.
And I'm gonna spend a plot point to keep 1 4, so it's 16 with D10 effect die.
Okay. I am going to turn 2 of my d6s into d8, so we are now evenly split 5d6, 5d8.
That's a big
Okay.
no call.
It never gets small.
Well, it does if I use it. Who knows? I might use it now. Okay. It would be a little BS to start, because he is currently alone. It's a little BS to start with Teen. So we'll start with his D8 Lone Wolf.
Interesting.
He would never be paired, yeah.
I mean, he's a general.
Yeah.
Let's go with a second D8 for the distinction, which tells you nothing, King of Persia.
Literally nothing. We already know this.
Devram has cracked the case.
Let's add a D12 for endurance.
I think
That makes sense.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah, that one makes sense. I'll allow it.
He is
I'll
strong.
allow it.
Let's add a D10 for that one, for that class skill. Let's add a second D12 for battle continuation A,
I'm not surprised.
which can be used to resist physical damage.
Man, you made it a lot better, actually.
And, no, we're not going to use Noble Phantasm dice.
Lore-wise, battle continuation is like one of the best skills.
Right
Well,
over
yeah,
definitely has
also
it,
even
actually.
mechanically, it's like, hey, do you have trauma? No, you don't. I'm going to step down my trauma and add it to my pool.
You just
Turn
don't.
it against you.
That's just how that works. You just don't.
I'm fine. And he's going to add another D8 because he's going to use his twin giant axes he's got to
Okay, yeah,
swat
that's
your
right.
shot out of the way like it was a fly.
Ooh.
So that's a 9 and 8, so that's 17. What was your total?
16.
Okay.
16 my best because I rolled 2 1s. I was planning to spend a lot of plot points on that, but no, the ones fucked me.
Okay, you have a 1-eye, which I can't use, so you could do a stun or do something if you wanted.
Use it to make you run away.
I have to spend equal size to do that, right? I think I do. Okay. So, because I don't have any larger dice, I'm going to spend one of my D8s, because I'm keeping a D8 effect die, to actually do a counter. You take a D8 physical stress.
Can I use
I would-
that 1 to add a push die?
Don't worry about
To
it.
your next roll? Yeah.
Hold on. I actually will use one of my skills.
Oh.
As a master.
Okay.
And I interpose in front of him.
Can you do that at this range? Like
Yeah,
fluff-wise?
he is human. Yes, I
Oh,
can.
okay. All right, so
He's human.
you spend a plot point and you take a D8 stress, because this big chungus swats your bullet back at you, and it would probably catch you somewhere in the leg, but then suddenly Celeste is here, and she takes the bullet for you. So, Devram, you get to decide who goes next.
I choose Okitan, and she grabs both of us, and we abscond the hell out of this action scene.
Okay. You spend a plot point, you leave. Bow, bitch! That's okay. He understands this. He has an A rank disengage. He just kind of... grrr. You see those
Although he
red
can't-
eyes
still can't
follow
talk.
you.
Man, Darius is really, man, when you actually put it in, like, narrative context, all of like, the early Fates skills actually are pretty good.
Exactly.
We're still not sure this is Darius.
He is a fun lad.
Once again, this still could be Xerxes.
Or sex.
We're also
right?
not sure which. We also still not sure which Darius it is.
Fair.
I wanted to
Probably
have a
not
dramatic
very
reveal for
specific.
that. Actually, that's fine. You don't know yet. We'll see what class skill he's using until later, because it's not appropriate to reveal that just yet. Okay, so you guys basically have left the action scene, which means you have to spend a plot point to come back into it now, but you can. So I guess we go to outside team. You guys are bulldozing your way in.
Yes.
So basically,
Wait, you said he was a Persian king,
Mhm.
so not a Persian emperor.
tomato.
Oh, fine.
It's just a distinction.
You're
Wasn't it
you're really trying to go for those whatever the word is, technicalities.
I guess it has to be king because otherwise it wouldn't fit with all the other king characters.
No, it's fair.
Yeah, when I
Also,
stat
King
Scheherazade,
Emperor.
she has her anti-king abilities. It really works
and
if you've got... Oh, you've got a distinction that calls you a king. Well, you're fucked.
King and Emperor, in the terms of fate, are interchangeable. And
Well,
also in terms of reality.
Except
even in
the
Japanese,
Roman.
I think the word for emperor is just Teo,
Is
which
king.
is bigger king. It just means
Big king.
divine king.
It's like God King, right?
Yeah, probably.
The words
Okay,
mean the same.
but you guys are smashing in. I guess... Well, so you guys are trying to reach the central point where Devram was, but is no longer. Where you know there is a large lad, and there is a mob of 5d8 worth of skeleton. No, 5d6. Sorry, 5d6
What?
worth of skeletons. You do d8s.
5d6 is still a lot.
Yeah. So the way mobs work, in case you didn't read those rules, is you defeat their team dice with d8 or higher stress that removes one of their team dice, basically, until they're gone. So there is 5d6 skeleton horde between you and the big boy. And I guess, yeah, this is a little weird because the person who went last left the scene. So I guess we can just we can revert to whoever steps up first.
Should we roll for the Amazonian charge or the Oni bullying through them?
Could I make a suggestion for the group? Both narratively and because it just makes sense. Wouldn't it make sense to nominate Darius next? Or whoever the Persian king is?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. If you'll go with that, that's fine.
Yeah, that makes
Because I would know what he would do at this point.
That just makes sense from a narrative standpoint. Like he basically caused us to retreat.
All right.
He doesn't know where everyone else is, so like he only knows the person that attacked him.
Well, yeah, but you guys are not
Sela.
stealthy, and you guys are approaching the scene, so you're in the action scene. I think is what we're going for.
Yeah.
Oh, that is. Hold on, I'm gonna share this one. Sorry, I checked Twitter for a second. I gotta share this one.
There are a bunch of people in the scene that he does not know are there.
Oh, there's a lot of fun stuff going on. But all right, so we've nominated Ryder. I think that he, with his B rank agility and what is it, A rank strength, A plus, something large. It's a large amount of strength. Oh no, it's A rank strength and A plus endurance. So with his high levels, he just comes flying up on top of the maze and just starts hauling ass after the vague direction where Okita went, but not very good, because furthest earth. Fuck you. I'm gone. So you guys see a large horned guy with glowing red eyes just out of there. At which point Sherlock will raise a good observation and shout out a warning. Be careful. This servant hasn't just been altered. He's under the effects of madness enhancement, which is what that D10 was.
Oh.
Let's see.
I guess you can't change the class at the end.
That
Well,
D10 was
honestly,
the bad one.
For purposes of darkening, etc., it's honestly more interesting that he has madness enhancement.
Yeah.
Gives him some
So,
flexibility.
how does madness enhancement on madness enhancement work?
You just also get his madness enhancement as you basically get to exploit it. Like
So,
it's
so, we're,
stress.
so we're both getting 2d10s for free.
Yeah, basically. Speaking of which, I think Hoshikuba's is probably the most obvious target entering his territory right about now. So I think he's just going to go for a huge leap and double axe slam on the Oni. Is the thing he's going to go for. We'll just get straight to the funds.
How much bigger is this guy than Hoshikuba?
Are we counting the horns and stuff? Because otherwise, honestly, he's probably not that much taller, if
What's
at all.
Hoshikuba's alignment again? This is actually very important. Is it lawful evil or chaotic evil?
She's an Oni, it's chaotic.
Oh, well, oops.
Yeah.
I can't give you the D8 then. If you were lawful evil, I could have fudged it, but I can't with chaotic evil. It's a limit.
Also, I assume though he's not here, Tomas is watching.
Oh, Tomas is definitely watching.
Yeah, this guy's chaotic evil.
Also, Sela is totally on Hoshiguma's shoulder right now, so that's fun.
All right, there's a large man rapidly approaching you. At the speed, he might make a small sonic boom. You don't know, but he's going in for the double axe smash.
Hit the block button immediately.
Okay.
Would you call it a chungus?
He is a
It's
large
not.
chungus. Okay, so he now is with his team. His squad is here in the scene too. So he will roll a D10 for team.
He's pulling up in the club.
we're gonna use. We'll give away which one he is. We're gonna use the distinction, rival of Iskandar.
All right.
For a D8, because you ain't shit. You're not Alexander the Great. We're gonna use his D12 strength. We're gonna use that other D10 on his madness enhancement because he is not using writing right now. None for offensively. None of his personal skills apply. They're really great defensively. They suck butts offensively. He's got battle continuation, disengage, and golden rule.
Mm-hmm.
Really good if he's like leading his army. And
and he'll add a second D8 for his twin axes. That's 2D8, 2D10, and 1D12. Do I want to do anything else in here? Nah, I should keep my Doom Pool dice to see if I can step them up so I can start doing more fun stuff. So I'm just gonna roll. Let's go with an 18, 10 and an 8.
This is against Toshiguma?
Yes.
Okay.
And why not? We'll go with the D12 effect die. Physical stress.
oh fuck.
Oh, well, so I can... There he is. There he is, the large lad.
I don't like that one bit.
It's a more regal version of the Berserker farm, which is cool, at least.
Which does make sense.
But yeah, he's going all in on that big swing.
But seriously, Darius buff and animation update when?
Yeah, when are you gonna get that animation update? He's pretty cool.
I would love that as a costume.
Pretty cool in Extella. They got a lot of stuff to work from. And also, Extella Link specifically is kind of what I modeled the way in Fluff his like skeleton army is working right now. Like they're just gonna be a mob that either you're gonna beat them up or you beat him up and then they go away. Otherwise, they're just he's gonna keep throwing his literal 10,000 skeleton soldiers at you.
Oh, only 10,000?
Yeah, only 10,000.
All right,
only 10,000. So perfect. We could do an army fight now.
So can I activate Noble Phantasm now as part of my reaction roll, or how does?
Yeah, you can activate it. You just have to declare you are. You have to call it out.
I'm definitely doing that. Doing that.
Are you going to use a pair dice because you're riding on her shoulder?
No, we're gonna do team dice because we're all in a group. This is,
You got some Amazons next to you. It's about equivalent to like 5,000 soldiers.
Well, and also Hoshikuma is actually good at team because she's. Funnily enough, she was part of a squad of like 4 heavenly kings of some sort. It's weird. It's weird how there's a lot of parallels that you really thought FGO would have monetized by now.
She really has her own Chiteno over here. They've never talked about it yet.
Where's Ryder Shuten Doji with her multi-hit attack?
Also, where's like Kintoki's like pseudo siblings and everything?
So
true. They have design.
We are activating Oni and Kanabo.
Okay. She probably has to shout out probably something like, "Oh, you're approaching me?
Oh, you're approaching
with my iron club?"
She's got to be smug about it.
We're going to use her own strength to try to push back the attack. Statuesque Sun are here for distinction. Yeah. We got the D8 for Noble Phantasm. D8 for her Iron Club because she's blocking that big old club. So we got 2D12, 2D10. She has Madness Enhancement from herself and the one from.
Yes, you can exploit his Madness Enhancement.
That's 3D10 actually.
He's not very big brain right now.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of D6s in that pool, ain't there? I'm just gonna take one for extra measure and make that a D8.
Take a D8 and make it a D10.
No, we're not doing that.
Why? You put it back at the end to the D8.
We put it back as a D10.
Yeah, it gets stepped up.
Oh.
That's why you got to be careful with rage. Technically, you could take one. You could steal one of my D6s and upgrade it to a D8. Yeah,
so I have 2D12, 3D10, and 4D8.
So I will pop out a D6 to a D8. That is a large pool.
It's a lot of dice.
And you were trying to hit a 15? No, an 18. That's right. I rolled an 8 and
18. I have a 17.
Okay. Do you want to spend any plot points to do anything, or you want to just save those to be like, nah, bro? Because you are using your Noble Phantasm, so you can just activate your invul.
Well, I already used an SFX, the Rage, and I already beat it out, so I think that's fine, yeah? So.
No, it's an 18 in my total. It's 10 and an 8.
Oh, 18.
You should spend
I'm just going to spend a plot point then to add a dice.
Okay.
All right. You win.
Okay.
So that's
I got more than 5.
That's a 24.
It's a
If you
lot.
add one die. 24 with a D12 effect.
It would give you... Once you do spend another one, you could flip it on him and clap him back, but that's another plot point down the drain.
She does
I
not
think that would
have a
kill him.
counter.
Well, yeah, counter lets you do it for free. At any point with a reaction roll, you can choose to spend 1 PP to actually use your effect die, but then it's a plot point.
Yeah, we're gonna spend another PP to push that back at him because that's a 24, which is a D12 would step it up immediately to trauma, doesn't it?
Yeah. So he would have a D4 physical trauma, and technically is out of the scene, though he does have disengage. So I think what happens is Hoshikuma just catches him on her club and just rotates and baseball bats him into the river. Clong.
Oh,
Unfortunately, there is now a very angry number of skeletons rushing towards you.
Well, whose turn?
yeah.
Aelius has to
Uh,
Aelius has to-
he should pass it to the skeletons. Let's go with the skeletons.
Yeah.
Should have felt those theirs. No, it's even my turn. Oh god.
Not your turn.
No, that was your counter. So Darius is out, but he passes to skeletons. The horde of spooky skeletons.
The
begins
Amethyst counts their
assault.
own turn, or
Yeah, they are a mob. They are a target.
cool.
They are in this scene.
On any of their roll, they're undead, correct?
Yes.
On any of their rolls, I can step down one of their dice.
Okay.
Because the ground they are on currently is sanctified.
Interesting. Well, it's true. He doesn't have territory creation, so that tracks. Then, hey, guess what? One of their distinctions is undead mob.
Yes.
Wild.
This only works against undead or demonic enemies.
Which are most minions.
Okay, so we're gonna do 5d6 for team. They're a big team. We're not gonna use undead mob. We will use immortal for a d8. They have a master die technically because they're mooks. They're gonna use their spears for another d8. And let's see, how many of you do I want to try and hit? Because they're a mob, so they can do an area attack. Let's not be too rude. Let's just add a d6 to also target Pence with this attack. We'll target both the servants.
I guess in both sides, yeah. That large of a mob.
Yeah, they're 5d6.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
technically rolling 66 total when they split like this.
Alright, let me just check my defense.
So let's roll. Oh, I did roll. Dumb. Poly. That number. At least it was too many dice for him to display. Got a 1 in there. Looks like the 7 and the 6 for a 13 is their best. So 13 total. And we're going to keep 2 effect dice. So, I can only use one of the... We'll give... Because she's closer and just knock their boss away, we'll give Hoshikuma the D8 physical stress and assign a D6 to Pence.
Okay.
So both of you respond in kind.
Okay, let's see. So she's in a team. Slayer of Monsters and Heroes. Darcy Plus.
Yeah, for this to be endurance.
Did you step down one of their dice? Or?
Oh, you want to... I suppose that would be stepped on their effect dice, technically. So...
I thought I had to do that before.
No, it's right. I didn't actually apply. Let's see. Should I...
I
roll
would
on
have.
D6s. We can call it
I
their
would've
stepped on their target dice.
I doubt Golden Rule would apply here, so...
Golden rules are rough fun.
Yeah.
But it should, for the future, it should be before.
Yeah. So we'll call that a
Okay.
D6 and a D4 physical stress.
Yes. And that means I also have to step down my dice. That's how these guys work.
They are a mob, but also a resource.
And so
Yes,
we have 3d10, 2d8. I'll use her Mountain Trouble Girl and not Monstrous Strength as it makes more sense for that moment. Because
Sure.
she's not using her strength. She's not using demonic power to fight back. She's protecting me because I'm on her shoulder and I'm the boss.
All right.
So we have 4d10, 2d8. Back with Stunner. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So 15, and I rolled a 1.
I will give you a plot point. D8.
Alright, I think all the word I can technically she's around her army.
Yeah, you can howl. You can howl at any time, really. It's just, it also works now because you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
But alright, so you're fine. You were not stressed. Hoshikuma just bodying skeletons with her giant iron club. Smash, smash.
D8, 1d12. Armor and shield. And spear.
Well, okay. You have to spend a plot point to use multiple tools.
Oh, okay, then just...
Everything in a category is a category.
Gotcha.
And honestly, sometimes making tools is probably easier, but making multiples count is hard sometimes.
Yeah, fair.
They're also varying. They also can be varying effectiveness. For example, one of my tools is a D8 damage dice. One of my tools is a D4 because I'm hitting you with a stick.
Hey, it happens. But sometimes it makes sense, and also enemies might go, "Hey, I don't like that D8 you've got. I'm going to steal it, or seal it, or break it."
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're like, "Shit, I've only got my stick left."
Well, it's also what I did for mine is I have 3 dice that I step down. Each represents a squadron of
Does this
the
count as
mob.
magic?
No, this is not a magical attack.
Okay. Then I think it just.
So one of my 3d12s is gone.
Okay, wrong thing.
Yeah. Once one of my 3d12s is gone, that basically signifies a part of the squadron has died. So either the attacker, the supporters, or the defenders.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's basically, which is actually, there is a, I phrase it as a site, there's a rule about players using mobs. That's basically what you're doing, is you have your own mob who has their own SFX that have appeared that do stuff. Ooh, your D12 betrayed you.
Yeah, that's sad.
But you do have a 14, so.
It's still just a 12.
It's a 12.
Just a 12 a D10 effect.
Well, they rolled a 13, so.
Oh.
You either have to spend a plot point to keep another die, or take a whole D4 physical stress.
One whole D4.
No, it'd be a d6.
Well, it was
Wouldn't it?
Penth got a D6 before, because I keep additional effect dice, so. With the gaff that I did, it stepped down to a D4, so it's not a big deal.
I think I did all right.
It's fine, Axe. You can take stress. It's not permanent.
Yeah, sure.
As it stabs Penth, she seems to be shrouded in some sort of shimmering white light that seems to lessen the blow.
Yeah, one of them goes in for a big, probably not a killing blow, but just definitely a decent spear point, and just it is deflected by this glowing whiteness. Alright. I need to take a quick break, but when we come back, I believe that the skeletons will nominate probably Hoshikuma. She probably makes the most sense.
Also, what would I list this stress as?
It's physical stress D4.
Alright.
So your stress basically stacks the same way as traits do. If you go beyond a D12, you take, well, if they inflict it, which they probably would, you start at a D4 trauma, which is much harder to get rid of, and you're out of the scene.
Which is what happened to Darius.
Yes, Darius has taken a D4 physical trauma and is gone from this scene. Now, unfortunately, because like I said, I am planning on this one being a little longer for him, that means that you're going to have to wait for him to pop out of the ocean, or you have to go after him. But he has a indefinite physical harm that is going to stick with him for a while.
I think I'll have to do Plan B then.
To apply to that, the direction we were taken with and furthest Earth is towards the ocean.
Okay.
Because that was just the way we were before. So, maybe?
Who knows?
Maybe we'll see. This could be bad for the Masters.
Anyway, I will leave you guys to think about your next move. I'm going to...
going over the ocean?
Not over the ocean, but to the ocean, like back to the docks.
Okay, because genuinely, if we cross over water, I need to know. Because I can't.
No.
I can't. I cannot cross running water.
How did you get to this half of the town, then?
What?
There's a river splitting Fuyuki.
No, I know. I can cross over bridges. I just can't cross physically over water.
All right, that makes sense. That would be very awkward. Where you're carrying her 1 second, and then the next second she just drops.
I lived in Italy. If I couldn't move over running water over platforms, I just couldn't move.
Correct. All right, I'm going to pause the recording for a second. Be right back. We're back. Last time we left off,
skeletons down.
The skeletons picked that Hoshikuma would go next.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, so I know you've said it a couple times. I just want to re-clarify. We deal with mobs by defeating the entire dice pool, and the damage we do ticks down their total dice pool?
Yes. So this mob, for instance, is fairly beefy at 5d6. Every d8 worth of stress you deal removes one of their team dice.
Okay.
And then that is gone. So, for instance, if you do a d8 stress, they go from 5d6 to 4d6, and etc.
But if we do, like, say, a d6, do they just go down to, like, 5d6 and 1d4 or something like that?
No, they would keep the physical stress to be used against them.
Okay.
It's just that that's the thing for most minor characters, is their stress will roll over when you beat their highest dice, so...
Okay. I guess re-clarification, because said a few times that I wasn't before getting it.
No, that's fine.
So, Hoshi's is... well, first, I guess, Sela's getting off her shoulder, just for the sake of that.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of had a quick brush up with Death there for a moment.
A few times there, quick succession. It's all off her shoulder. She's Russian in, only from Hanoi,
I
distinction.
thought you were Japanese.
Damn it, Dallas. That's in there. That's staying in.
We're still using that team. We got D10,
Big team.
D12, D8 from her Phantasm, D10 for Madness Enhancement. Demonic Power of the Oni, so that's 2d12, because her strength is also 8+.
Big strength.
Big strength. She has her club, so that's 2 there. Okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to burst. Oh wait, is the mob a single target? I assume not.
It's an interesting question. I would say no, because they are explicitly multiple people.
That's fair. I realized when I was reading it on a single target.
Yeah, burst is the do extra special to one guy.
Yeah, and like they're one target, but they're not one person.
No.
Even weird.
It is weird. I mean, like technically, if you had like an AOE attack, you could probably try and target all their dice at once.
Yeah.
You might not do enough stress because those are all d6s you're adding, so it might not actually hurt them. But you could try some kind of shenanigans like that. But we'll leave that for next time.
But we'll concentrate instead and turn those 2d8 into a third d10. So I have 2d12 and 3d10.
That's a lot. All right.
All the big dice.
Smash.
All right.
So are you technically using your NP dice for this?
Yes, I am.
That's right. You use concentrate. Okay. Well, so what's your total and what's your effect die?
So the total is 15 and the effect die is a 12.
I think it was off mic, but technically you did warn people about this one.
I did.
Oh, what's the best way to do that? Take one of my... Well, you got 2 opportunities there, so I'll take one of them, turn one of my d6s into a d8. I now have 2, 4, 6, 7 d8s and 2 d6s in the Doom pool. It's a lot of Doom.
And it hits one of us.
Yeah, and I'm going to activate the other opportunity to activate Indiscriminate, which means you're going to do a d12 physical stress to somebody in the scene who is an ally.
Hey, shout out to the sea people.
Yeah.
People not using the scene yet.
Please inform me who that is, because that matters.
That is Devram, Okitan, and your master.
No, I mean who it eventually lands on.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I think it would be funniest if it was Tomas, but he is concealed right now, so... Actually, that would make more sense that he just randomly gets hit while she's rampaging.
But he's up on a building, though.
It's true.
He hasn't even come down yet.
But here's the thing. It's Oni and Kanabo. Hoshikuma is basically going apeshit right now.
She launches something in your direction.
Like, because he's like... he'd never moved from the original position, so he's like blocks away.
Yeah, well, I mean, she could still probably get it, but no, that would be entertaining, but I don't think. I think for purposes of not being extra rude, it should probably be Penth. Penth takes her D4 goes up to D12, as just, she happens to be in the way and takes an Oni club to the face.
I have to resist.
No,
no, you do not resist, you take it, unless you have an ability that lets you reduce it.
You would take a D10.
Okay.
Because she is a demonic enemy.
It's true, she's chaotic evil. Okay, so you step it down.
No, but she's a demon, which that is what matters. She is literally a demon.
That's
Does
true.
it stack
very
with something
true.
I already have, or does it...
No, basically, if you roll a bigger dice, it replaces. So it would be a D12, but because of other ongoing SFX, it steps down one, so you take a D10. It's still bad, you get backhanded, but I should roll for those guys.
A giant skeleton gets launched into her face.
But, did I get 1 plot point, or are they...
you get a plot point for both. For me to use your opportunities, you get 1 plot point each.
Okay.
So now the skeletons will actually roll to resist. And for the moment, they have 5d6 and they are immortal, so they'll roll they'll roll a d8.
I now have 2d12 and 1d6 dice left.
Slowly stepping those boys down.
If a d12 hits them, does it hit them more than technically once if it's more than a d8 effect?
No.
Okay.
It's per die.
Okay.
Like you said, there could be some shenanigans, but I don't think. You've got that. No, you can't. You would have to keep another die to your effect die. You'd have to do a d4. You've got no dice left because of the opportunities. You could spend plot points to keep extra effect dice to wail on them more, but that would be counterproductive because they can only be d4s because you don't have anything left, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Master die. Spears can be defended. They'll add a d8 for that. And this isn't an area, so that's it. right? Oh no, D4 master die. That's right. Didn't add that yet. Okay. Well, golly gee willikers, I rolled a lot of 1s. If you want to do any stunts or anything, make any resources. I don't know.
Is Hoshigumo the only one allowed to spend those?
Yes, they are against her.
Damn it.
So
that would be a fun
Portions of
SFX to activate other people's opportunities. I think the rest is an 11. What was your total? 15?
15.
Yeah. They'll take the 5 and the 6 for 11, so they don't get double swamped. But yeah, you kill 1d8 off their team worth of skeletons. There are now 4 d6. There are now 4 d6 worth of skeletons.
All right. We are. Is Card okay? Is mine?
Nope. Okay, he's freaking out.
I have a question.
What's up?
Omega, just for game rules purposes. How does losing stress work?
Losing stress?
Do you step it down, or do you...
Yes. Automatically, during a downtime scene, you step your stress down once, and you can, during downtime, or even during regular play, if it makes sense, you can attempt rolls to heal stress.
Okay.
Which basically, you're trying to target the stress and step it down like you were dealing with acids or complications or whatever.
Man, it's going to take a while for Pat to get
roll
his D10 down. Like, holy shit.
Well,
Yeah,
don't use pen for it. Don't
Okay.
use your pen
And
for it.
healing, if you have healing SFX, you can spend 1 plot point to just be like, nah, bro, you don't have that stress. Usually.
Do I treat Tomas's mobs as my party that I could use plot points for?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they have, it's a little weird, but they're basically, like a noble phantasm effect that has its own SFX, right?
Omega
Basically.
Hold on. Card is having some issues. Hold on.
Yes, we're working on that. I see
there
his
you
light. Then it went off.
Card?
I heard him.
He spoke.
There it is.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Because I was going to nominate Marie next because we're got a bit of an issue.
Someone just smacked their teammates. It's really weird. No idea how that happened.
I mean, I warned people that this would happen.
Yes.
And you
It works in
roll
the
big
context
dice,
that,
so-
you launched a skeleton to, I think at, terminal velocity at her. You have to technically, we're on the opposite sides of the shipping yards.
I actually didn't think of a mystic code or a spell that would have these healing effects, but
do you have just healing magecraft, or do you have just
yes,
magecraft?
I do have that. I have
That would as a skill, that would probably be the default SFX for the healing skill. Is just if they have a physical stress smaller than your skill rating, it goes away.
Oh.
Otherwise, you can roll it in a pool and be like, nah, get rid of that.
Yeah, well, it's a D8, so I can attempt to just, okay.
Yeah. So you're trying to target a D10.
Okay,
I'm gonna double check my rules on recovery rolls. Do I roll the doom pool?
I think that might be a little ridiculous at times.
Well, that's how it is. If you guys feed the doom pool, it gets big.
Yeah,
But you
I would
haven't
like
been ending
to-
it.
I would like to burn the doom pool on this rather than smacking someone in the
Well,
face.
I don't have much to spend it on because unfortunately, Darius has been pushed out of the streams, so there's no SFX to activate on him. And the only other thing I can do right now is spend it to roll more dice or keep more dice, which is not, depending on what we're doing, is not necessarily something I feel like doing all the time.
I wonder if we just felt too
Like,
many
if the
once
skeletons
times.
get really low and they're still alive, I might want to spend some of these D8s so they can actually have dice to roll. But right now, it's very rude to just add rando D8s. Hold on. Okay. Stress. I'll control F recovery roll. Recovery action. Okay. Same rules as the recovery action. Support action, create an asset.
Because the
Support action
the
to recover.
recovery-
Target an ally rolling against the doom pool plus the die you're recovering. If you succeed, you use your effect die to remove it. If your effect die is the same or larger, remove it. If it's smaller, step it back 1.
I mean, you would have an extra D8.
Okay, so then it put me at 3d8 then, because instead of just my normal 2, then my
And your
2d8,
master die.
Yeah, it would be the master die, the D4, 1d10 because teamwork, because we're all in one big group. Then 3d8 because distinction, medic, and the Father Tomas's heal zone thingy, and then a d8 for my magecraft healing.
Right.
Don't you have your medical bag?
Oh yeah, and my and the magic bag of medical stuff.
It also occasionally kills skeletons. Alright, So you will be rolling against the big old 4, 5, 6, 7 d8s, 2d6, and a d10 for the stress. But I will say, my dice are very swingy. The duel's been pretty awful tonight.
I'll say I've noticed a thing about being like, Pent's good at bodying people, but she's not good at not being bodied herself, which I think is fitting.
Yeah, it's probably fair. You're probably better off against like magic and debuff effects because you have.
I'm good at fighting magical beasts.
Golden rule beauty and
Alright.
stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't have. Here's my big fuck off Amazon shield. Go away.
And roll the heal. Ah, beans.
I'm gonna
That's
say
a 13.
Awful.
Yeah, I mean it's not
You can
great.
step it down to a D8 probably, depending on how I roll. Your best result would be a 13.
Yeah. Everyone's just rolling ones, man. That hurts.
I cannot exceed you.
I didn't add my ones from my rolls to my points.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
you got some, didn't you?
Yep.
And I rolled a 1, so there's an opportunity if you wanted to activate a stunt, create a resource or something. Yeah, my best is also a 13, a 7 and a 6. So,
And the attacker wins by ties.
yeah, because it has to. The reaction roll has to exceed the attacker's roll. So, now what's your effect die? The D6.
I think that would be the
No, you can't
D8.
use the D8s because those are opportunities.
Yeah.
You cannot. Even if I don't spend them, you can't use them. Which I guess I'm letting them go because I rolled the Doom Pool already without activating them. So we'll say you don't get any plot points, but the Doom Pool doesn't get weirder.
So yeah, that'd be a D6. We need to just step down to a D8.
Yeah.
Stress.
So Mary
Oh,
appears
D6 is
and does
only
some
one?
first aid.
D6 is only one step, not D4 is only.
Yeah, it's only one step. I literally explained it, Axe. Suck it
Yeah.
up. You're doing that thing again where you're complaining about bad stuff happening to you, and that just makes me want to keep doing bad stuff to you.
Yeah, it's like, like
That's why I never complained, because I am a GM.
For me, it's like,
so
I wasn't
don't-
complaining, it was more of like, wait, isn't like the D6 definitely 2 steps? I was
Nope,
thinking of
it's
something else. I was thinking
if your effect die is smaller than the stress, it steps down. If it is the same size or bigger, it goes away completely.
I was just thinking about it wrongly. I was just thinking about it like, I was by the number of steps of the die is.
Yep.
Sorry.
I will say, I do understand Act a little bit, because this system is a bit finicky to get used to.
Yeah, there are some, because again, this is a hack I made based off something. There are definitely situations where it's like I said, it's like, okay, so it doesn't matter what size anything is. It's just, is it same or big? Goes away. Small goes down 1. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That technically means you could use that D4 and you'd have the same effect. But yeah, I was just sorry.
Regardless.
I did explain it earlier. Okay, so that's Marit's action.
Yeah, regardless.
You roll
Yeah,
bandages on Pence.
You can probably
Yeah.
heal it instantly later.
Who are you passing it off to?
Let's see. Gonna pass it off to the Amazon army.
Alright, cool.
Pence. There's still 4d6 skeletons.
Yeah.
Would it be the army?
Yeah, the armies, which is like the 2D12 of Amazons, yes.
Well, yeah, they are they should also only be 1, because I don't think you spent multiple plot points. And are they D12s? What's the resource size on that?
I was a D12. You can make it personal to make it 2, and then it steps up when you're making an asset.
Okay, well they're not actually.
So would that be a D12 and a D10?
Yeah, it would be a D12 and a D10.
Yeah,
Okay.
the asset is a D10 asset or resource or whatever you did.
Okay.
I think you
mine-
created an asset, but then the effect though is that you're using the noble phantasm where they appear. So
Yeah.
If I didn't make it clear, for mine I had to spend 2 plot points. That's why it's 3.
yeah, because you stack up you basically use the mob creation rules to stack up extra dice in an effect. Whereas
Gotcha.
last time on screen, but during downtime you didn't spend a plot point to summon the Amazons, and now you have the D10 noble phantasm you can use. And I think
Okay.
I don't think you actually created a resource. I don't think you actually created a resource or an asset. You just have them summoned so you can use them.
Yeah, which is yeah.
So you start with a single D10, but you can, depending on what you're doing, you can do stuff.
I also can add their NP die.
By the way, my 2 dudes are also within your guys'
Okay.
because they are not stealthy, so they would not have come with us.
That's right. That's you, because that's a different. Those are a
Those are-
resource you created, I believe.
Yeah, those are Inquisitor homunculi. And they
Can I
have
treat this
different-
as of using the Amazon reinforced NP?
Yeah, you can use that as your NP die for this because you have summoned
Alright,
them.
so yes, so then it'll be like that'll be the D12, then area effect. So
Well, is it a higher rank as
NP
writer?
itself, yes, it's technically A
Okay, so you made it an A. All right.
because it's the whole thing why she's a writer.
That's fair. It's just because I Off the top of my head, I have to compare it to her Berserker version, which
It's
is
also
Vera.
not self-destructive.
Yeah, you removed the self-destructive and you switched it to something different. I don't know. Did you?
No, because it only has 3 effects.
That's fair.
And only...
No, it's fair. It's a fair cop. Just double check. You're able to remove the self-destructive.
Yeah.
Honestly, as a Berserker, that Noble Phantasm is kind of bad, but that's the point.
Shit. I forgot something.
It's meant to be like the last thing she does.
I forgot something. Omega, you should add a dice to your Doom pool.
Oh, did you roll an opportunity in there or something?
No, the demonic deeds done in the dark is a growing dread is one of the limits on it.
2.
Okay.
Growing dread is fun for me.
I have 4 things that have growing dread on my.
Okay,
honestly,
so-
like I said, summon and growing dread are the most common limits, just because. I mean, it's really easy to imagine these things doing collateral. All right, Axios.
So, like, in this case, technically it's not Pamp going, but the army, so then
Well, yeah,
in this
it's
case,
as her, though. You roll as her.
Yes, so in this case, it would then be her NP die, the NP
Well,
itself,
Yeah.
which I will probably use versatile to make it 2 D10 instead of
Yes.
just another D12. So, and it's also
Technically,
area
we-
effect.
Technically, we start at the top, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing the brain part of the important bit. Okay. So, how many extra targets are you declaring? There's
How many
4 total
targets are-
team dice.
Yes, those 4 targets.
So that's 3 additional targets. So
Yes,
add
3 additional
3d6
targets.
and keep 4 total effect dice. Keep that in mind.
Okay, so in this case...
Golly gee willikers, it's almost like anti-army NPs are good at bodying armies.
Yes.
Weird how that
Team,
works.
Queen of the Amazons.
Yeah.
NP, Magic Resistance Writing. This doesn't apply here. Amazonia, Howl of the War God.
Yeah. They do have high compatibility. That's a thing that it says.
Yes. And then area effects.
Yeah.
And then the spear. So.
Yes. Because you're not just using your Amazon. Penta's not just using her Amazon.
She's
to do
leading
all
her
the-
army.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're trained. Sorry if it's taking a little longer.
No, it's okay. You're
I'm
using
counting,
one of your
I'm
NPs for
counting
the first
by
time.
like length, so I have to go up and down my sheet. It's like how many D12s I actually got, how many D10s. So it's like I have to go up and.
I'm also going to have to do a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, we do that. This is the first time some of you are using some of your NPs, so we have some up and downs.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. We're just waiting for somebody to nominate Sherlock, and it just be like,
Oh,
what am I supposed to do? I guess I'll just punch skeletons.
I guess I'll punch.
I'll use my magic kung fu on the skeletons.
He is very effective at punching things.
I don't even know when Aelius and Ku are gonna do, but we'll do something later. we'll figure something.
I mean, Penth could nommate Ku next. You could spend a plot point and have Ku bring out Wicker Man. That's another
I
anti-army
think it might be overkill,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Wicker
Can he summon me back into the scene? I'm so useful here.
Now
I'm
you
not
can.
even
Wait,
looking at
were
the
you
scene.
did you seriously get hit by a trauma like that? Was that hard?
Robin left the scene and has not elected to spend a plot point to get back into the scene.
we took
Robin made
the
the
last
decision to go out of the scene with everybody
Well,
else.
Which, I mean, to be fair,
Yeah,
there
my
was a
God,
big
yeah.
scary Darius boy there.
No,
To be fair,
I'm not saying
Darius- When Darius was in the scene, I completely agree with the decision.
Yeah, when it happened, the
It was
option
my
was
fault.
leaving you alone face to face with Darius, who had just hit you for a D8 physical
Oh,
stress,
yeah.
or
No,
me
he-
bring you out of
he
there. I
was-
brought you out.
Yes, no, I agree with your decision.
Well, yeah,
I'm
the
just
other, I guess
out
the
there
other
with
move would have been
Henry.
to go and have her, like, immediately try and dunk Darius. But,
Well, what?
I could have dropped the NP. Felt like it was a dumb move based on where we were.
no, that's
Because
as a question-
in the
indiscriminate
moment
is also
until
a thing.
Hoshikuma just went, no, you're out as well. And then it's like, oh, well.
Yes.
Did we ever?
It's
Did we
3d6,
ever
right?
decide if Furthest Earth interrupts turn order?
I believe it does, because it says you can enter a scene you're not present in, so long as the person
I mean,
going
it
doesn't have a
happened
better
with-
rating than you.
It happened with Media as well, so I would assume so.
Is it 3d6, right?
For which? What are we doing?
Area effect.
Yeah, adding for the area.
Oh, yeah,
effect,
yeah, you
would
add
be
three.
extra.
You add 3d6s for area and keep three
All right.
extra effect dice. Area is a great when you're actually facing a mob or many mooks. Area is actually great. It's also
All
great
right,
for
let's
NPCs.
see. That is a. Let's see, I get 4 of those effect die,
Jiminy,
so
there's
that
12 in
is
there.
a.
There's 2 ones.
Yeah,
It was
let's
an
see.
18 with 2d10 and 1d12. And 1d8.
No, I take 4 of the dice.
Yeah,
4 total
1d12, 2d10, 1d8.
I get 28 of a d12 effect.
No.
I think
you keep additional effect dice, not additional total dice.
Oh, okay, then it'd be an 18 with, I guess, a 2d12 and an
No, 1d12, 2d10, 1d8.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Might be out of d8s, kids.
Yeah.
Says, I'll give you 2 plot points. Actually, no. You know what? I think if I can do that totally. I can spend a plot point to take one of my d6s and automatically step it up to 10. That would be better.
Let's
So
not
there's
say we did.
So I
now
guess
a
2 plot
D10
points then?
in the Doom pool.
Yeah, you get
Just
double
because
plot points.
I'm physically running out of dice from my giant box. There are
Man, we need to stop rolling ones so much.
6,
Damn it, bot.
7
Stop
D8s.
rolling ones.
Oh, I'm using my actual dice next time.
I'm gonna start doing rolling my actual dice. I don't think I actually
I'm
have
using my
enough
actual
dice,
dice. I have given up all faith in this.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Dicebot's being great to me.
Okay, so sorry, I was
Yeah.
doing Doom pool math. What is your total?
It's 18 with like 4 different effect dice.
Okay.
1d12, 2d10, 1d8.
And 1d8.
Okay, so if all of them go through, they all count,
Die.
basically.
Yes.
So, boy, they better... I might actually spend some Doom pool dice to see if they can try and not jump.
I will.
So.
I can't. Can I retroactively spend a plot point to add an extra?
Not retroactively, but if you want to keep an
Oh.
extra die, you can spend it
I
now.
would like to add another 6.
Okay, so you spend a plot point
To make it
you add
20.
Well, if you're
26.
adding that other 6, then you can't have 2d10 effect dice.
Then it would be
Yes,
2d8.
Yeah, no, there's a 6 on a d6. Yes, you can.
Oh yeah, use that 6 in your d6. You're not using that d6 anyway.
I thought he was using the d6 from...
No, he's already using that d6, but he would also add the d6 from the 2d10s. Oh no, it would be 2d8s. Sorry. Not
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right, that's
yeah,
what I
it's
was
still
saying.
enough to kill it.
Yeah,
no, I keep
D8s is enough.
forgetting-
So
I
you
keep forgetting about the not using.
So
yeah,
like
you cannot
I add,
use the
so
opportunities.
in the end, I
They
only
are
add 1
locked out.
plot point. Instead of,
Well, yeah, you're spending. You get a plot point for me to activate your opportunity, but then you're immediately giving it back to be like, I want to keep an extra die.
just so like you can't. So hopefully you can't succeed it.
Well, we'll see. Okay, so 46 team, D4 master die, D8 spears, and a second D8 because they're still immortal. They are the immortals. They have fought your kind before, maybe, and they will not be sassed by a dozen Amazon ladies.
To technically beat them, because technically it's 12 to 10 in their case.
Something like that, yeah.
It's 12,000 to 10,000.
Yeah, because each singular Amazon is worth. Now, admittedly, these guys are elite immortal soldiers, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Probably
supposed to be a
It's
one
probably
for one, but whatever, it's
probably
fun.
more equivalent. Yeah.
Okay, so
Because that would mean one of my soldiers is worth one of yours, which doesn't make sense.
I will immediately spend my D10 to add it to this roll, and oh boy, oh bimini, I don't think this is gonna go well
For which side of us?
for me.
Okay.
But hold on, that's an even number of D8s. I will spend a D8 from the Doom pools just so I have 6 D8 to make it this, and see what happens. Roll them.
Holy shit.
Ooh, that is not going to be goo. So 16. What was your total?
24.
24.
No,
I
no.
think me exceeding that actually made sure that you can't spend another thing to overlap it.
He couldn't have anyway.
Yeah, I have to use all my good dice. That's not going to work. Yeah, okay. And that's
I don't
what
even
happens to
think
the
I
Doom pool, is you spend dice and hope that something happens, and it doesn't. Another Doom pool's only 68 and 2d6.
So I assume he takes out one of their dice.
No, it's an area attack. She's going to target all of their dice.
I think I just thrown the entire army.
Which they step up. So yes, basically, not that this was literally all 10,000 of them, but this was a
But
large
this-
number of them. Penth just rushes forth. Actually, yeah, it's literally elite warriors to rush upon my war cry. She just calls out, and Amazon ladies just wade into skeletons. So the action scene is now over. Everybody steps down any physical stress they have by 1. That includes
Okay.
Celeste.
Okay.
So your
I
D8 becomes a D6
will
immediately.
spend a PowerPoint to sustain my Noble Phantasm.
Okay, you're keeping it going, all right.
Is that an effect, right?
Yeah, you would spend it once to basically they're permanent now, so they stay until they're gone.
Yes.
You'd have to
Man,
keep
the writer
spending,
version
but
of
it is
has
amazing.
that. Would actually have that. Yeah, I should probably add a limit or something.
Yes.
But think about that. She would have that. I just don't think about it.
I
Yeah,
have a
I
lot
guess.
of Noble Phantasms with a lot of SFX, but a lot of limits.
Well, technically, the way that works fluff-wise was, in the downtime scene, you brought in her Amazons, you have used them,
Yeah.
they go away for now because you called them in and used them, basically. You did not make an asset or anything.
I will be doing. Father Tomas will be doing something.
Okay, what's he doing?
Darius fell in the river, right?
Oh yeah,
he's hanging out at the bottom of it.
Is the river going to be on fire?
No, but it's about to take an attack. I think a 30 kilometer. No, not kilometer. No. Be 300 meters. How much? What is that?
That's
let me
like
check it.
300 yards.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's like
a
3
big
football fields.
honking area. So basically, what you see is 6 hooded figures in robes with staff, and
It's about
one
almost
with
10,000 feet.
one with a this is a big attack.
Or it's about 1,000 feet.
One with a bibble, and so you see them, and you start hearing them chanting, and over the river, you see silhouetted in light is a figure about 30 feet tall, humanoid-ish, no obvious defining gender at all, exceedingly regal-looking, with no facial features whatsoever, holding a large flaming saber, and he just smashes it into the river.
The Wrath of God, okay.
No, that would be the Wrath of Retribution, because that would be Uriel.
Oh.
Yep. That one. Mr.
A
Sunshine.
flaming sword of God, but still.
The one that some people think is maybe female. We don't know.
No, that's Gabriel.
Oh, Gabriel,
And
right.
that is the Archangel of Femininity, so it probably is.
Yeah.
That's assuming God equipped any angels with any junk anyway.
The
I mean,
only,
I don't know.
Considering-
I've seen a lot.
considering
I've seen a lot of medieval paintings that might say so.
only 2 of them are described to have any gender.
I mean, the Watchers did.
Which is Michael and Gabriel. Because like
The
this one
Watchers-
represents
No,
masculinity. this one
technically, if you
represents
go in your
feminine.
way back, Nephilim are a thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
which are basically proto.
Let's not get into this.
No,
anyway,
let's not go deep. So he
I'm gonna
attacks
be
the ocean.
Yes. So if Darius is in there, this attack is going to hit him.
That's fair.
Are we attacking the darkness, guys?
That's fair.
I attack
Well,
with
yeah,
attacking
I
the
think
ocean.
the way this is work is basically your downtime action is to try and get one more in Darius before you try and find him again.
Well, this is just to try and provoke him to get him out of there.
Also fair. I'm
trying
personally
to
kind of
jump back
imagining that
into
he's
the
actually drifting upriver towards a certain
no.
bridge.
Oh, we're doing this again.
The water that is hit by this attack will evaporate.
Fair.
Because this is equivalent to a third of the temperature of a star.
Fair.
Oh, and by the way, you look and see these guys look very, very tired. Almost like they had to sacrifice some of their life force to do this.
Like they just, they just.
Like, they look tired? No shit. They just summoned an avatar, like, of retribution.
They basically just were like, hey, can you wink in this dimension for a second? And that almost killed half of them.
We have to wonder if are angels even real in Fate?
Read the first story of Case Files.
Oh, fair,
so,
right?
Also, King Hassan literally invokes one whenever he
True.
Oh, right.
His noble
Yeah,
phantasm does use the name of the Angel of Death.
That is
The
Azrael.
wings of Azrael.
Yes.
I just sometimes think in
I
Fate.
wonder what
Christianity
Gramps
is a
would think
myth
of this man.
for its sake.
Well, he's also
Gramps-
described as very Christian. So,
Gramps would probably eat him.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He would probably bow to Gramps out
Literally,
of,
he would eat
shame.
him.
oh
he-
god damn.
The
Give me-
Ant-Man was
give me
surprised
your
that
head.
he would do that, so he
Okay.
probably would.
That was
All right.
awesome thing.
I rolled very well.
I
So
don't
that
know
is
if I want
a
to stat Gramps, but I should.
that is a 21.
Okay.
With
What's your-
a D12 effect dice.
Spicy.
I rolled an 11, a 9, and a 10 on my D12s and D10, and no one.
Perhaps jot that down in the chat so maybe you can remember that in 5 seconds.
Sure. Let me get.
Are we gonna recreate the challenge quest from Fate from Excel
I
Hero?
was kind of thinking he would, because I would feel like the dramatic confrontation should be on the bridge.
Well, here's the thing. Even if he's on the bridge, we now have a pathway to walk to the bridge.
You're right.
Because now there's no more water.
Okay.
I wonder in a singularity if the water's finite.
Probably. Okay. Right now, he is a lone wolf for a D8. He is alone. He has not resummoned his skeletons. They'll come back, but later.
He is not demonic or undead, correct?
Correct. But he is
Then
chaotic
it would
evil,
be-
if that matters, because he has
No,
been
that
dark.
doesn't matter. These guys aren't as badass as Father Tomas, so this would
No.
be a D10 effect dice. because he had stepped down if he is not undead or demonic.
That is fair.
You literal angels aren't as badass as Father Tomas. Okay.
Well, more it's about its fate. It's more about conceptual strengths.
Yeah.
Tomas is just like, are you evil at all? Fuck you.
The angel is not doing this. If the angel was rolling, he'd just be rolling. I roll d14s.
Probably, yeah. It would be like what Artemis tries to do in Okeanos and just end Herc's whole career, which she can't because she doesn't have her authority. But if she did, he would just die, much like when he touches the ark.
And Uriel is especially bad because it's, did you ever do anything bad into your entire life? Then you die.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna use his darkened, aka blackened, but also the Japanese are not known for their racial sensitivity, so darkened.
Corrupted.
He will use that distinction as a D4, and I will add a D6 back.
He's extra fucked.
Because this is bad. He's not normally supposed to be evil, but he's chaotic evil right now, so it's not good.
What is he normally?
I bet he's madness.
Yeah. I mean, like his rider form would be like.
I mean, considering history, he would be chaotic neutral. But then again, I don't fucking know. They made Attila the Hun lawful good.
I mean,
Altair's chaotic good, I think.
No, or what? They made her good.
She is good. True.
It's the Altera thing, not the actual Attila, which is weird.
Same thing. What were you
saying? They based her up like
Darius is lawful neutral.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was a king.
All right. So he has been, darkened, altered, whatever. So he's chaotic evil right now. But
he was a king that did bad things, but he wasn't necessarily a complete asshole.
I mean, so were most kings.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Honestly, a lot of kings that are not tyrants. That are not characters like King Arthur tier, Charlemagne, etc.
Or Ivan on the opposite end of that.
Oh yeah, that's true. But Ivan is weird because he literally has double alignments. He is depending on how he feels, he can be lawful or chaotic evil.
Depends if he's having like a temper tantrum or if he's actually trying to be a leader.
Yeah, but
basically. But yeah, barring like outright tyrants or actual goody two shoes characters, most kings are in the neutral spectrum.
Oh my god, fighting Ivan
it's weird. Like Oz is chaotic neutral, which I'm like, really? King of Kings, Ozymandias built a lot of temples. He's chaotic.
He should not be chaotic.
I guess he revolutionized some shit, but I don't know.
I think it's chaotic. I think it's sometimes it's like dependent on like what the person thinks of themselves or what other people think of them. It's inconsistent.
Why is Gil chaotic good? Well, I mean, I still think that his alignment should be different when he's in Fate Stay Night, but I understand where normally they're going from with Archer Gil being chaotic good, because that's when he's all about telling the gods to fuck off. Cass Gil is lawful good, which makes perfect sense. Yes. He is a wise and good king. Where was I? Distinctions. I'm gonna throw in that D12 for endurance. He is a large man.
Oh, also, he can't die from this.
That's fair. Well,
it specifies the target cannot die from this unless they are undead or demonic.
That's fair. Just stress him out a little bit.
They will probably break him apart, though.
Mostly, it's just giving us a path.
Let's see. Do I want to get rid of that trauma? I could. That would be funny. He's only got a D4. Yeah, sure. Let's spend a D6. Technically, it doesn't help, I guess, because he's going to step down in D4. It has nothing to add to his roll, but he's going to battle con for another D12 and to be unstressed. He's fine. What are you talking about? I'm fine. He'll be like that. He's not using his Noble Phantasm, and I don't think he can use his axes, so he's just rolling D8, D4, and 2D12.
I mean, like, a second before, he was, like, suddenly in water, but now suddenly he's in fire.
So that's a 17 with a D12 effect die, which means that it would... So
he loses, but he doesn't lose by 5.
Yes, and because his effect die is larger than yours, it steps down again. So what was it? Was it down to D10 already?
Yeah, it'll be a D8.
Alright, so he loses his trauma, but does get a D8 physical stress, and now the river is...
It should be mental stress.
Oh, mental stress. Okay, interesting. Spicy.
Because,
I see what you're getting at. It's not real.
He basically just sees an angel of wrath go, I don't like you.
Yeah, unless he's actually a demon, it doesn't actually repel him. It's just, shit.
Yes.
As all the water evaporates.
This man's smug aura mocks me. I don't like it.
Alright, so basically he takes that as an extra vamoose and just...
Extra vamoose?
No, he's still running.
He's got a B agility. He's got an A rank disengage. He just fucking sprints away down the riverbed and onto the bridge. It looks like
Nope.
So, if anybody wants to take any other downtime actions, feel free.
Can I spend my 15 experience in some way to get a sniper rifle?
Yeah, you can spend it.
Make a giant magical
like Ray shifted from Chaldea, get the churchman to make it. Just
yeah, you can spend it to get Chaldea to beam you up a sniper rifle.
Surprisingly, from Lost Boat, Da Vinci can make a really good gun.
Father Tomas can indeed make you a magical sniper rifle. Because
I don't want Father Tomas to make it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's better. I think it's better if you get a Da Vinci special.
Yeah, even if Da Vinci doesn't have time, just snag the one from my room. Then take it to the top.
Oh, you brought a rifle that I assume it's big enough caliber to pierce chaotic beast
Yeah, it's
type.
probably got some stuff in there. It's got some special stuff. So basically, the reason why creating a tool is so costly is because you basically get to set it up now. So I'm assuming you're going with it's a big rifle, so it's probably a D10 tool.
It's a big fuck off D10. Yeah.
And if you needed any special qualities to put on it, that would be it.
Like Mystic Slayer?
Like an anti-evil gun, maybe? I don't fucking know. We're doing a lot of that.
It wouldn't be anti-evil, it would be anti-beast. So trait damage against beast. Step up +1 when
add a D8, step up stress. Yep,
that'd be really good in like
regularly D10.
Yeah, so that's a very good rifle you have teleported to you.
I assume if it was anti-evil, it would make way more sense if Father Tomas made it.
Probably.
Oh, you want some
But
evil?
Here's the thing: if Father Tomas handed Devram an anti-evil gun, Devram would just shoot him in the face. He would just see if it worked.
You know what? I don't know why, but I just imagine Devram makes the call, then next thing you know, the sniper rifle pops out of Max's shield.
Probably. He summons a craft essence. It's a gun.
I'm really expecting to have to fight Father Tomas by the end of this.
We'll see what happens when we get to the big bosses. We may decide that Father Tomas is a problem partway through at certain points because there's going to be some
depends on how
interesting
will we
stuff
fight
in here.
Saber because we're probably going to fight Saber next to a Grail.
We'll see what happens. Okay. So, anybody else? You got a brief respite as you guys dramatically transition to the bridge, probably. I assume you're going to chase after it.
I think I'm probably gonna do is Marie, you okay? Like trying to heal Pemph again?
Sure. Like first,
I assume that's because
honestly, she's down to what, like a D6 stress?
Yeah.
He can probably just spend the plot point and just fix her.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Can I
If he doesn't
heal
mind.
my people, like the mob? How do I?
That is a good question. How would you heal a mob? Because it's not like technically they have stress.
I guess you have to spawn more. I guess somehow.
Yeah, you'd either have to spend a plot point to basically recycle their dice back up, or you'd have to roll something to repair their dice pool.
I have a crap ton of it. I'll just spend a dice to reset. I'll spend a power point to recycle it.
That's fair.
That leaves me with 4 power points. So
Yeah, all right. That makes sense.
I have a question.
Sup?
Are there any remains of the Immortals? Are they both Zero or are they just dust?
So they are technically a noble phantasm effect, so they probably turn back into spiritrons or whatever, but they will linger for a short period before they are all smashed because they are collective.
Aelius can use that fire.
Because Marine has a dumb idea.
All right.
You were gonna make some familiars.
Well, he's pretty much just gonna be like, if anything, I could probably just smash it, maybe a skull with a couple of arms attached to it to act as a bit of as another eye.
Okay. So you're gonna before they disperse, you're gonna turn the spooky skeleton bits into something, a resource.
Yeah.
All right. So you spend a plot point. You have some kind of necromancy trait.
I have yes, I do have necromancy as part of my magecraft.
What's that rated at?
It's just a D6.
Okay, so you have a D4 spooky skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's like a servo skull. You just grab one of the skulls before it disappears, and it's filled with green fire, and it just floats next to you.
That's cute.
It's like, oh no, you don't.
Got your own bob now.
It starts flowing. It's like, I knew knowing that spell would come in handy. But everyone's like, what? You've never done this with a skull before? Very useful.
So can Aelius as a master heal Pemp? Or require healing Magecraft?
You have to have traits that you can justify in that pool, but you can try it, yes.
Okay,
I will tell you, there are currently 5 people in our party with the healing trait.
Okay. In this case, then, I'm just gonna, for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna summon something. So, Pemp is going to...
Actually, didn't you summon a fire elemental as a resource in a previous scene?
Yeah, he did.
No, Pep's doing something to, like, make sure a condition doesn't need to apply.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have her recall the Amazons, basically.
No.
Oh, no?
She's gonna hold her
you're
shield.
gonna set up another summon. Okay.
Pep's going to hold her shield up, and she's going to, like, press some, like... She's gonna, like... She starts pressing things inside of it, like there's, like, a control panel. Sigma, Tau, launch sequence, initiate.
Okay.
There's a giant sonic boom in the sky,
Secret ball.
and now there's just, like, 2, like, burning balls of fire at the distance, at the sky.
Alright.
Did you just summon a motherfucking meteor?
No, they're
Do I
boars.
have to put you down first?
They're Olympian boars.
Pent summons her chariot.
Wait,
It will show up in front
Are
of her.
we there?
You could see this.
No, can I? I don't know where I am.
Actually, that's a good question. The action at the fight at the port seems to be over. Devram and Okitan, where dost thou go? You see Darius skedaddling upriver.
you know where that crane was? That's where we stop. Have fun.
Oh, God.
I get the sniper rifle, I set up, I look. I am where I need to be now. And Oki-san can be anywhere. Have fun.
Okay. You can rejoin the others.
I will begin chanting.
So just so you know, those things are like...
Are we not going to say anything about what just happened?
They're like miles
Lord.
in the sky away. Like, you can see, like, there's like very, like, 2 balls of fire in the distance. You can't really make it out, but it's something there.
It's not the weirdest thing that's happened today.
I mean...
I just made one of Darius's minions into a floating skull.
Necromancy isn't that weird to us.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I have to keep this going.
Okay.
I start concentrating to keep the river separated.
Oh, okay.
Are you fucking part of the Red Sea with your Beyblade?
No, I'm holding the water there. The Red Sea was already parted very hard.
No, but Moses did it with a Beyblade.
No, I don't.
I'm just imagining, the classic, like the waters split and like slowly back into place. There's a lot of steam.
Yeah, I'm basically stopping that happening. I'm like, no, we still need that.
Okay. Anybody else want to do any prep team?
I can't walk over water.
Fair enough.
I need that.
Okay.
So is any of the, like you said, Dallas, is that going to happen, or I just use the plot point?
I mean, do you want me to try and heal her?
If you want
Father Tomas will attempt to heal her.
Okay. Does he have a healing trait? He can just, like an SFX, he can just spend plot
point? He does have a healer.
Alright. That is the easiest way to do it, is just to spend one of those fancy pants points.
He actually gets to step up for this.
Oh yeah, because she's technically lawful good. Yeah,
she is lawful good. Therefore, he is every support action he does on her is more effective.
All right. So yeah, you can just spend a plot point to get rid of it, or you can try and roll.
He's going to roll. He has lots of stuff for this.
Okay.
I'm going to use my Magecraft dice.
What is he?
Because this is Magecraft. My healing dice. Or what's the magic? What's that stat? MAG or MAN?
Magic or mana?
Yeah,
magic power.
Yeah, he's going to use mana, which is a. He has a C rank in that, so he'll have a D8. He's going to use his distinction, Light of Spain, because he's being very benevolent.
What's Penn's physical stress at right now? D6?
It's only a D6 right now.
Okay. So I add another D6 to my...
He's going to use his healer, his healing distinction, his healing skill. Yep. He has his healer rank B, but because she is lawful good, it is rank A. Yep. Because he's good at healing good people.
She's good considered by her subject.
I mean, if they're considered lawful good, it's
well, and I think what is she's already lawful good, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
She was a
lawful.
queen. It's just she got bodied really hard.
Which is
Benevolent.
interesting because Achilles is lawful neutral, but Penth gets to be. Well, that makes sense though. Achilles did a lot of fucked up stuff, but it's interesting
like,
how fate decides to lean those things.
A lot of kings are like lawful something.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. That would be how most people are in D&D.
I mean, Francis Drake is always the alignment that pisses me off the most. Like,
Yeah,
I get it,
all
but-
pirates are marked for that.
Well, why is she? Francis Drake should not be chaotic evil.
She'd be like lawful evil.
Pirate, yar.
Pirate.
Well, she wasn't a pirate, no.
Well, privateer, but yeah, it's
She didn't do the pirating thing.
She just killed Spain.
She was a.
chaotic neutral.
She was
She
a
should be chaotic good. Yeah, if you want my honest opinion, she should be chaotic good. But
yeah. I think again, it's a weird thing that I think the way
is.
Extra was working was that like she's supposed to be a pirate and a treasure hunter and like fucking people up.
It's a
for
lot like the Vlad.
money and stuff.
Like I would want an alter of her, which is her as the explorer, which is chaotic good. Which I think that could.
Also,
I
so
probably
hold
get,
this
like,
up.
Queen
Paris
Elizabeth.
is neutral. Interestingly enough,
Who?
Paris. Because I was
That
comparing
makes sense.
Trojan characters, so Paris is neutral.
What is
But he would-
Columbus?
I'm pretty sure that he is chaotic evil.
I don't think I think he's lawful evil, if I remember correctly.
I mean, he did still technically serve his government.
Neutral evil.
Neutral evil.
okay.
That makes sense. That's perfect.
He is an
He's
opportunist.
just evil. He's just an asshole.
He's an
Well,
opportunist.
neutral evil is a great alignment because that's the alignment of kind of just being an asshole, but really just being like, no, I'm in it for me.
I'm in it for me and money.
Anyways, guys,
I'm
let's
a
go
cocky-
for
You're rolling.
I'm just getting my dice pulled together. Sorry.
Got to physically assemble the dice.
3d12. Brain. 2d12, 2d10, 2d8.
Solid. Good old A-Rex. I'll probably be fine.
Also, Omega, just to say, it turns out you're right, and it was never intentional.
Life? What is?
You okay there?
Huh? I rolled 8. On 6 dice, I rolled all 8s. I
Oh,
rolled
wait.
8 on
Oh.
everything.
Oh,
16 with the D12 effect. With a D12 effect dice. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's roll that
I
doom pool.
rolled an 8. I looked at that. I'm like, okay, that's an 8. That's an 8.
Well,
that's
so not entirely an 8, but I rolled a shitload of. I rolled 4 6s, not 3.
Okay.
Thank you very much. But yeah, the doom pool doesn't have enough. It's got a big old 12. So yeah, you heal her stress.
I mean, unless you want to be an
so
asshole,
far-
do this.
So Father Tomas
Yeah, I want to spend doom pool dice to keep more dice.
is like, he's just like, Domine gracia. And for just a second, the people that can see his real appearance, you see it wavers and looks vaguely like what his imposter appearance looks like. And then it goes back to looking evil as shit.
It's like,
Holy
yeah, Maurice is like, the fuck? Oh, wait, no.
I mean,
yeah, there
Pez
we
could see it, so like she could see like this bastard of a man try to touch her.
And then he's
He's
like, but it
very
gets better.
good. He was very good to his allies.
Yes.
It's just he considered a lot of people his enemies.
Yeah, I mean, talking about alignments, he's lawful evil by default, right?
Yes,
His real alignment is lawful evil. Like that fits. That's the tyrants and oppressors. Like, listen, I have a system. It's a real fucked up system, but I have a system.
If I really wanted to stretch it, he could have been lawful good in the same way that the Lion King is, but for mechanics' sake, it works easier like this.
The Lion King only works because it's a deity thing, which is kind of
But
bullshit.
lawful
Anyway.
good. There are plenty of examples in history of lawful good, but the extreme and bad.
Right, you can be lawful stupid at all times.
Yep.
That's a lot of the
Okay,
Crusader.
that was Father Tomas.
Anyway.
Anybody else prepping, doing anything at all? Do you want to have a huddle about tactics as you approach
Probably.
the bridge?
No.
Okay, you go first. You charge forward.
Okay. I will actually be keeping pace with Hoshikumo because I need to get the fuck across before this fades.
All
Oh yeah, everyone should move.
Then you should probably keep up because she's keeping it from the water from collapsing.
Everyone run.
Well, if I touch the water, I die. So,
Wait, what?
if I am caught in running water, it breaks the spell that is on me. So I technically don't die. I just
Oh wait, it
become
removes
a-
your immortality. Okay.
No, it just makes my soul separate from my body. So I'll be a ghost.
Oh.
Yeah, and nobody here can fix that.
Nope.
Well, actually, I don't know. Marit's got an.
It wouldn't be as good, though.
He might be able to put your goo back in.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't be out of combat, but I wouldn't be out of the game. Like, I could still be a master. But
Right.
the thing is, it removes all of my ability to interact with everything.
Yes, it would be weird, but you can totally, because this is Fate, you can totally work with that, but it would definitely be like, that would probably be like a, oh shit, Marie needs to like, roll against the dew pool to try and put her back in.
If I had taken us to the ship over the water, you would have died.
Yes. No, that's not true. I would have physically removed myself from Okitan and been like, no.
Yeah, I was just imagining, I was almost thinking like classic vampire rules where you just cannot, like, so it would just be like, well, we're gonna jump across, oh, we've dropped her? She just stayed right there at the shoreline.
My arm.
It's the classic mythology. It's the classic mythology thing of like, they know some of the truth, the fairy tales know some of the truth, but the reality is just water disrupts the spell. Specifically running water.
It's a pretty classic. Okay, sorry, I'm starting to yawn. Let's get into, because we have crossed the 2 hour mark, let's get into the final confrontation with Ryder. The battle on Big Bridge, please play it now at home, audience.
Oh,
you know that song, audience.
I got it.
Also, Card, I want to say this. You having necromancy is probably one of the most boonful things in the entire game.
Nope.
Well, healing is helpful, but it's definitely weird.
Oh, yeah. Healing,
it's definitely fun.
If Card told us he was going to play a healer, or I would have totally, I'm like, I just have that D&D paranoia of, there always needs to be a healer.
But having seen from you guys actually taking some stress, having somebody who can either have applicable skills to fix it, or just go, let me rub a plot point on that. Short of self-sufficient servants who have shitloads of invul, battlecon, shit like that, recovery abilities, it's fun.
Now, if only we were fighting Gilgamesh on the bridge.
Sadly, no. I really didn't want to. Honestly, you guys don't want that. Archer kills a fucker.
Don't. It was a joke. Please don't do that.
No.
I think we might actually make him pull out Aya, and then we're kind of fucked.
Anyway.
I mean, if there were this many of you, he might have to. I don't know if he respects any of you enough.
Maybe
Head might get there.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, battle at the Big Bridge.
Alright, yes.
I aim before everybody gets there, and I shoot. I go for the initiative. Always.
Alright, that's fair. I'm supposed to wait for
under
you.
His breath. He says something under his breath, sassy, like, try to deflect this one back, son of a bitch. Because I'm real far away.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
You got magic bullets now?
He still has an A strength and a B agility.
He's not a beast, right?
No. He is but a man.
Okay.
You could maybe shoot his elephant if it summons it.
But is he in beast mode?
Okay, so...
mode!
Anyway.
So, let's take it from the top. I'm going to use a pair of dice, because I'm going to be working with Okita here in just a second. And I'm going to use my Keen Eyes Distinction for a D8.
Okay.
So it's 2d8 so far. D4 for existing.
Yep.
Plot point.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
You're trying to shoot a very, very big boy. Actually, fuck, I can, well, he's used Noble Phantasm yet, I won't ruin it. But all of his physical stats are big.
Yeah, we haven't seen the elephant yet, and I don't think it's Ivan size, but it's probably up there.
Get there.
I hope it doesn't have a laser cannon.
I don't think it has a lightning laser.
No, but it is fun.
I'm going to spend a plot point right now to use 2 of my skills for covert and marksmanship, because real far away, probably doesn't see me.
Gosh,
that's my logic.
I mean, these are servants. They don't always play by those rules.
It would rip you in half with his axes.
That's a sniper rifle, so that's a D10. It's a big fuck-off gun. And for the paradise, I'm going to take Okita's D12 for agility, because that makes sense, right?
Okay, so technically, because you're starting the initiative, technically she would have to act first to give you a die, but you could totally say that she gives you a die and then you go. It's just that she can't go in the sequence.
I just image the thing that she stands on your bullet, because she can move that fast.
I have a follow-up.
Nah, but I'm going first in the initiative, so I can't take anything, which means, whatever, I'll still use my paradise.
Now you're setting it up.
Yeah, sure. Wow, I'm never using these dice again.
Into the fire. Put him in a frying pan.
This roller is just the worst.
That is 9.
That is not fair.
The worst I've seen.
I got 1-1, so it's not even like I can do anything funny. I'm probably gonna need some d6s. I will take a d6. Take a plot point back. Okay, so your total is 9. Yep. With what effect are you using? Your d10, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just
Polly.
disheartening.
Hey, this is
I
what
guess
happens
it's
with
not
the
even-
dice.
It's not even like I want to split a plot point because I can add 2.
No, it's not good. It's not a good roll. It's very unfortunate.
For audience, that was 6 die. I rolled 2 2s, a 1, 2 3s, and a 6.
It was bad. Could have been worse. Could have had D12 in there and fucked it up.
Like me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Lone Wolf, D8. Rival of Iskandar, 2D8. You are not Iskandar. I love that distinction. You can use it as a positive. You are not Iskandar.
You are.
Oh my god, I could only do like destined to fight Achilles as a trait. It's like, oh, you're not Achilles.
Right, exactly. That's a great distinction. Rival of Achilles, and just be like, excuse me, you're not Achilles right now. I don't think you win.
I mean, to be fair, I have a distinction where you're not Catholic.
Oh shit! I didn't use. I didn't use his madness die.
I kinda wanna change
you
that
can roll
now,
you can
like,
roll a D10 in there. Just roll poly D10.
I'm absolutely gonna
See if it
do
helps.
that.
Because you do know he has
yeah.
madness enhancement now, and you can't exploit it. He's a crazy boy. It's
Nope,
a 3.
it's
another
another
3.
3.
Kidding. Are you actually joking?
I rolled 3 3s.
Make it a 12, I guess.
This is not.
It's 7 dice.
D1's being very
highest-
spicy right now. He really doesn't want Darius to go out to a bullet.
This-
So endurance A+. Battle continuation also A, so that's 2d12s.
Like, I hope you roll a 1 just so it's even funnier.
We'll just see what happens.
Okay.
And I will leave it at 2d8, 2d12.
So,
Oh wait, no, I should add his madness enhancer for D10. That's right.
So what happens when you roll all ones? So just
No, I don't. I do roll a 1 though, but I rolled a 19. My D12s were goo.
Wow.
Did you just eat the bullet at that
I
point?
think so. Yes, I think you go for the shot right on his face, and he just catches it in his teeth, and you see him spit your bullet out.
Is Devram having like a moment of like employment
But
shock?
Devram does get a plot point though.
Well, Devram got a plot point. You do get an opportunity if you want to activate it. You could set up a stunt, or just add a push die if you have no idea for any cool stunts. And remember, the rule of stunts is basically you say you're going to do something cool, and then you do something cool.
Can I set up a stunt for the next move?
For one of your characters, I don't think you can really...
Yes. No, it's absolutely for one of my characters.
Okay, yeah, you can set up a stunt for Okita.
Okay, cool. Okita's going next.
Okay,
I'm
but
gonna spend one plot
what are
point
you
off
gonna...
of that.
What's her cool thing she gonna do? You can describe it now. She's going next.
She is going to use the plot point to jump in with Furthest Earth, exclaim her NP, except not really because she's going to say a wrong name. Gonna exclaim like Majin something beam because she forgets.
Majin awesome something
And
beam.
swing right for the throat.
Alright.
As he's
Imperial
using the bullet.
crocodile alligator.
Okay. Alright. So that's her doing a cool thing in that moment. While he looks one way to spit the bullet out, Okita comes from the other way. Or from behind him. Who the fuck knows?
He shot
Furthest Earth.
twice.
Fuck you.
One with a saber.
Yeah, so build that dice pool.
This, and it's gonna be a pair dice because that was the whole point of me.
And I hope he lives long enough to get his NP off.
I really want to because I want to have a
think he
chariot
dies
off.
right now.
Rob,
I'm going to use my own dice this time.
It's fair.
Robin, could you pass to me after this if he's alive?
Absolutely. Let's see. That's
I never got it.
starting off with pair for a D10. Distinction Counter Guardian. This is still the singularity. Still trying to solve it.
And this guy's darkened, so he's super wrong. He's not supposed to be here.
That is D12 for agility.
Oh boy, she's a fast class.
Actually, it would be for NP.
That
right?
also works.
Yeah.
Is that also A?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna take Devram's D10 because bullet. He's still distracted from that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that one. Not a demonic type.
No.
Right? Okay.
You're
D12
using
for actually
Furthest Earth.
using
You
the
can just add Furthest Earth dice.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
It is a skill that has a die type.
That's another D12. And then Noble Phantasm, except I'm using the limit on my own, so you don't have to spend the opportunity, but whatever effect I use is stepped down by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm purposefully not revealing the true name.
You're saying it wrong as a joke.
Yeah. But I'm absolutely going to use Burst to double my Noble Phantasm die.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, remember the way burst works is
I remove the highest rolling die from the pool, but I keep 3 die
automatically
for
get to
the
keep
result.
3, yeah.
So, looking at it right now, I have
And don't forget to add the sword as a tool.
2d10. Oh, that's a third d10.
It's a
Okay, so I have 4d12, 3d10, and a d8.
You are doing a noble phantasm attack. This sounds about right.
Yeah, this is going to be a roll. What will I roll this?
Please don't roll badly.
Seeing those big fat ones on those d12s. Probably not, but d12s
No,
are
I'm
very swingy.
No, at least 1 is a thing. Like, I'm worried about the 2s.
Okay, so I rolled a 10. It's gone. 2 9, a 6, so that's kept. My die is 24 for my roll, with a d12 effect die.
Oh boy, okay. 24, you say. Alright.
And do I spend a plot point? Yeah, I absolutely do spend a plot point to add another 4, so it's 28.
Okay, well, let's build his pool before I go crazy.
12s?
No.
Okay.
2 9s, a 6, and a 4.
But how is it 24? How is it 28 then?
He's spending a plot point to keep another die
18.
with the 4.
A 6 to 24, and then 4 to 28.
Oh, you're spending 2 plot points. Okay.
No, because burst.
Burst lets you
is
keep
the,
3 dice, but he dished a 10 to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ditched my highest rolling dice for it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's a d10 effect die because it's stepped down, thanks to, she shouts Majin Beam.
As she draws her sword and shoots a fuck-off infinity slash beam at him.
I don't think you can kill him outright. We'll see what he
this- If it steps up twice, he die.
Well, yeah, he would take trauma again, which he might be out because I'm getting sleepy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've got plenty of Doom Pool dice. We'll see what goes on.
If it goes or not, I actually want to go, actually. We'll see.
I'd like for him to go at least once,
Yeah,
so he
well,
can
I'm
actually
not-
use his Noble Phantasm.
I'm not going to be doing an attack on my turn. I'm going to be doing a stop.
But hold on,
That's why
where
I
is that?
asked you.
Distinction. He will still continue. Oki-chan is also not a Skandar.
Also, yes, no ones.
Terrible
Real
shit.
dice are superior.
Terrible shit. What was that?
I wonder-
Distinctions,
I don't
teamwork.
know why you guys keep talking bad about Dice. He's been great for me.
2d12, because that's his endurance and his battle con. D10, madness enhancement. He is going to use his axes for d8 to block, so that's 3 d8s.
Not bad.
I will spend a d6. I will also add. Do I
Ooh,
add a
that's
parameter die? Do I add a skill die?
That's a 1 for me.
Now let's add his disengage also. He will attempt to evade or take the hit, whatever works. And I don't think he can. No, he's not actually. He doesn't have his NP out, so I cannot use Immortals as an SFX to just be like, nah, dude. So I think that's it. So hold on, let me look at what I got. I'm gonna need to keep dice to keep more dice, maybe. So sadly, I don't have any D10s or D12s. So if my D10s and D12s don't roll good, I can't add them.
You have a 19 for your dice.
No, I didn't roll that just now. I'm rolling new.
Oh, okay.
I'm still calculating, because I might want to spend... yeah, sure, fuck it. I'll spend 2d8 out of the Doom Pool to add them to my roll beforehand, and we'll keep the rest in case I need to keep more dice. Roll them, bones! Okay, got a 10 and a 7. That is a 17. I'll spend a d8 to keep another one. That's 24. What did you roll?
28.
28.
Oh shit.
So 24. I will spend another d8 to keep one of those 6s, and that'll be 30?
Yeah.
And
I have
there's
two
a 1
d8s
there.
and two d6s left in the Doom Pool, though, and I think I'll leave it there. So Oki-chan fires off a mighty beam, but he mostly tanks it. He's very robust. However, obviously, for some reason, you feel like the dramatic tension in the scene has gone way down.
Could be someone exclaiming their name as a... But I'm not quite sure.
Super explosion murder beam!
Look at the good power of making everything still feel comedic.
God,
People are
it's that
dying.
character from not League of Legends, Dota, that has an attack that he just shouts random words and then punch after it.
Or it's like in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, they have the joke. They have the joke track
Yeah,
where
they
they
have
got
the
the
ghost
DBZA
banana
guys,
voice.
so he shouts shit like geometry.
Oh.
Tri-beam, by the way.
Geometry.
Yeah, tri-beam and neo-tri-beam are geometry, super geometry. Stuff like that.
So who are you gonna pass to?
Yeah, Okita, who do you pass to? Now that you've eaten most of the Doom Pool.
These?
Now let's go. I'd like to go after you.
I'm
Not too far in advance.
Okay.
You see, this is the thing I always do. I'm going to go sit to the bad guy.
But,
Okay. All right.
I was gonna do it.
Darius is slightly nettled. He's a little miffed. So, I have to spend a d6 to do this, but he's going to activate summon. So, the hood comes back, and he slams his axes into the ground, and he is now crowned in green fire. Green fire shoots from his shoulders, from his axes. It forms like a door behind him.
River stops coming back in.
And he just says only, Athanaton 10,000. And it kind of like echoes, and just skeletons just start crawling out of the green fire ground. Waves and waves of skeletons. And just he rises up on a giant elephant made of skeletons. And this elephant's gonna rear up, and it's gonna smash Okita.
How big is the elephant?
Yeah.
Like normal elephant size? Or elephant size? Ivan
It's a war
size?
elephant. It's big.
Is he on the bridge or is he in front of it?
He's on the bridge. The bridge probably creaks. He might smash the bridge. Who knows?
Are the skeletons on the bridge?
Yes.
Okay.
They come around him, and then some of them form his giant elephant, which rises up.
For area effect knowledge, how many things does this count as?
It's just one. It's
One.
just his noble
Oh,
phantasm.
okay. Okay.
He's not summoning allies or anything. He is just... That's his noble phantasm, is his Athanatoid core for 10,000 elite men, which are immortal. And they form a giant elephant, which is going to stomp on Okita, but he's got area, so... But logically, I don't think I can target anybody else. Nobody else is...
Nobody else is at the bridge yet.
Yeah, nobody else has jumped into the scene. You guys are still crossing, so I think it'll just be Okita. So,
sorry. Just for the fun fact of the co-opted and African elephant can be, it would be an African elephant, but if it's an Indian elephant, I double check. But let's say it's not 14 feet tall, just because it's noble phantasm.
it's probably very large. But he going to stomp. He big stomp.
What's Mash's alignment?
Lawful good.
Okay, good.
She's got a paladin inside of her.
Well, no, I need to. That is important for my next.
Well, one, I think Mash should be lawful good anyway, but also, yes, Mash is hooked up with one of the Grail Knights, so...
I think Galahad
is an asshole.
But actually, he's the most
thing,
lawful good of all of them. The problem is we're not being straight lawful good, so he's just like, I don't agree with you. Meh.
Yeah, the problem is Galahad is the paladin. He is that guy.
He is too good.
Is he Catholic?
Yes.
He would be.
Yes,
There would be no distinction.
You can go much extra hard.
He is very Catholic.
He is one of those few people who he found the Grail and God was like, "Yo, dog, you're too cool. Let me just let you into heaven right now."
Yeah.
And just slurped him and the cup up into heaven.
His dad was always a more interesting character.
Galahad is not being an asshole. We're just not being good enough.
That is one way to interpret these
assholeness,
things.
though.
Anyway, okay. I think technically he's still Lone Wolf. I don't think it's fair to call it a team because it's just his noble phantasm. They're not actually separate.
Just gonna start building my counter pool now.
Probably a good idea. So he's going to D8s for team. He is a king of Persia for another D8. These are his guys. They're the immortals. He's going to use his noble phantasm, which is also A for some reason. I don't make up all of it. Madness enhancement, because always madness. Oh, actually no. He'll use his writing B, because that actually makes sense.
I want to say, this fight has gone the most tabletop RPG fight ever. It's just gone the way it usually does.
Okay. We'll decide if I want to spend anything extra in a second.
Trust me, my turn's about to get weird.
Even though I kind of made the homage to the door, I don't think he can use any of his personal skills. Because again, it's Batcon, disengage, golden rule. He's all about tanking.
He's terrifying.
But Athanaton 10,000 is also rated A for a D12. And a lot of fun stuff. Now he's summoning the elephant. We'll go for Unleash. He'll double it to 2D12. So it's 3 D12s total. And I can't fluff his axes. But I will spend another.
Wouldn't that?
What's up?
Wouldn't that be? Oh, wait! You can use Unleash.
Yeah.
That's
Don't worry.
just
Unleash is really shitty for me as the DM because I wrote it as the reverse way. If it fails, I remove a die from the doom pool of equal or smaller size.
Okay. I thought it was going to be
as the GM, as the world player, I have flipped most of those things. So, like to use piercing, which I think some of the people have had piercing. I have to spend a D12 from the doom pool to use piercing.
And I assume you can stack dice to equal D12.
No, I have to spend a D12.
Oh, so which you'll barely get most of the time.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, if you guys have invols, I should not be piercing willy-nilly. But, yeah, when you're running NPC characters, you're supposed to run them as an alternate. So, yes, he can unleash. He can also versatile, but I'm not going to do it because I think the 3d12s is better. He won't use axes. And I think I can't actually, because the biggest he's got is, I'd love to add, not BattleCon, Madness Enhancement, but I have to spend the same size I would add, and I don't have any d10s, so he'll just roll this. So I think that's going to be a 9 and a 6, so that is a 15. Unless...
Rolled pretty decently. Is Growing Dread on it?
No, it's just got 7.
Okay.
I can tell you now it's got area attack, unleash, versatile, and immortals, which is basically he can ignore attempts to target the trait. Because his skeletons are immortal, they do not die. So he has 4 and only 1 limit, but one of his SFX is super, super, super specific.
Fighting a rider has made me consider how, oh wait, I need to add more rider things to Penn's abilities.
I mean, you got your chariot, you just haven't been using it.
You're
also doing... Darius is interesting because both his army and his mount are the same NP. Hence why it's got versatile.
That's interesting.
Whereas, say, technically, Iskandar has his army and then he has a chariot, which flies and shoots lightning and shit.
Hep does something similar. I want to... Oh, never mind.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna... Nah, I'll keep spending Doompool dice. I'll keep that other 6, so it's 21 with a D12 effect die.
A 21 with the D12 effect die.
Yes.
No ones in there for me to take advantage of.
Nope. However, I will let you know the Doompool is the smallest it's ever been. It is now a D8 and a D6.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna preemptively spend one of my power points, and I'm going to double skill with Furthest Earth and Eye of Mind's False. You can't hit her; she's too fast.
That is fair.
That's just not gonna happen.
You're just gonna get out of the way of this fucking elephant.
God. Get out of the way, maybe, or maybe keep going. So right now I'm looking at 4 D12s, 2 D8s, and a D10 because
that's
real good at
that's a
knocking
bigger
it down.
pool than I rolled.
It's Lone Wolf, Counter Guardian, some agility, independent action.
Yep.
It's a whole lot in here.
She's good at what she does. And this is honestly, I think this is the first time Okitan's really had an opportunity to shine in this scenario. Mostly she's been asleep places.
Okay, right off the bat, you get a D8. Congrats.
Oh, you rolled 2 ones?
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 on a D8. That's yours.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a plot point. I
If you want
it. 6. Actually, no. I'll step up to 2d8. I have 2 d8s now.
Now I have 2 plot points. So, on my D12s, I rolled a 7. That was sad. An 11, and 2 12s. Without adding anything, I'm at 24.
Okay. So you're just going to keep 24.
I spend a plot point to add an 11, and I spend a second plot point to counter. I am at 0 plot points.
Ooh.
I am countering with a 33.
Okay, so you shouldn't spend your second plot point. That's not... You counter just with your effect die. You don't get the step-up effects.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, but you can still just be like, I'm going to tag him back for a d12.
I take him back with the d12 on a 35.
Yeah, so I guess Oki just charges forward, and you stabs the shit out of him on top of his elephant.
Yes.
Dallas, which one of your characters wanted to go next?
Myself personally.
Okay. Very well. Darius will allow you to go.
I have a skill I have a stunt I want to do. I've had this thing since the beginning, and this is the coolest time to use it. Marit.
Yeah?
You feel a hand on your shoulder as you see one of the priests is touching your shoulder, as does Holmes. One of the nameless inquisitors, not Father Thomas. because he actually can't use this. Ironically, he can't benefit from this because he's not lawful good. Oh, I didn't realize what I said. Ooh. Yeah, no, that could come off as weird. The priests are touching you.
You didn't have to. You put
Danger zone.
Anyway, regardless, they will also. You're riding on Hoshigumo's shoulders, right?
Yes.
Okay, then they won't. Are you touching Penth at all?
Me?
Max?
No.
Yeah.
She's typically far away.
Okay,
I'm next to 2, but I think at least
then
like
a priest will be
100
touching one of the unseen ones will be touching you and Ku, because I am going to pull out 26 black keys.
I'm sorry.
How are you holding all of those?
I just throw them with ninja.
Okay.
Like priests are literally meant to just like throw bundles of these things at targets. I'm not attacking anything though. So,
by fate rules, all priests are murderers.
Well,
yeah,
executors are. I mean, they are literally undead. So they all strike at points at the tops of the church, and appearing at the base of each of them is one of the priests. If they're touching anyone, they can appear with them.
Oh.
And Penth and Mash, because they are lawful good, they can benefit from this.
Okay, so I mean, it's not the church, the bridge.
Yes, the bridge.
Okay.
No,
so hey, guys, you're all on the bridge now.
Yeah.
He said
We're
everybody
all,
to the other side.
We're all on the very tops of the bridge, not where all the massive undead are.
Nice.
So in other words, you just instant transmission us through the power of Christ.
Yeah. Well, more like very fast. Not quite instant, but I let them do major speed with wing. It's called On Angel's Wings is the ability, but
all right. So that is
I assume this is not more than 300 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then I can do it. It's very short.
We ran a significant way up the river before this happened, and then just finished
it.
off.
Honestly, it's more for the badass posing. Really.
Yeah, so a bunch of priests, and then all of the basically all the masters and servants are standing on top of pillars like a mouse.
Except the only exceptions being Hoshiguma and Father Thomas, because once again, he is lawful good. He cannot do this, or he is not lawful good. He cannot do this. Mm-hmm. No matter how much he says.
Also, the Hoshiguma and Sela we're taking up so that they're not that.
I'm just because at this point the water releases. I can't keep that up more. And I was basically sure that Hoshiguma will be fine.
Probably.
And Father Tomas will be fine. I was worried about some of the other masters and stuff.
Valid. So who's next?
I will nominate. You said you wanted to go, so I'll nominate you next.
Okay, so Pep will go.
Well, okay, so you would say Penth.
No, I nominated you.
Oh, he nominates Aelius. Okay.
Or do you want Penth to go, or do you want you to go?
I wanted Pep to go.
Okay, Penth will go.
Okay. So she's on the bridge now, so this makes it easier.
There is a large elephant man.
How far away is between her and the elephant?
Bridge.
Okay.
You know what Fuyuki Bridge looks like. You're a bridge length.
Yeah. Well, she's just going to start running at it, and as she does this, she leaps upward. Not forward, but up. And then another sonic boom happens, and basically 2 gold-silver metallic boars connected to a weirdly cybernetic chariot appear under her feet.
Okay, it's not
instantly.
That's not an adjective you apply to a chariot, but okay.
Mechanical would be a better one, but
okay.
It's a chariot.
Unless it was a flesh chariot.
That's not a discussion for now.
Okay.
I would activate her NP.
Yeah, do it. I got that. I got what you were doing.
We're gonna gore him because this NP is anti-personnel.
Right. It's weird. It's not actually suited for taking out an army. It's for, excuse me, sir. Fuck you very much.
It's for goring army generals and then basically approving a statement that you are beneath all of us.
Okay. By the way, he has a D12 physical stress. You should remember to add that this to.
I will do that. Yes. All right. So NP. Okay. So first we start with teamwork. She's doing this lone wolf. She is the daughter of Ares, and this is her divine boars, as blessed by him. Sure. NP D12. Riding B.
Yeah. Oh.
Howl of the War God.
Okay. This will be an NP die.
D10 for the NP. Area effect doesn't matter. Unleash. He is technically, does he count as a mythical warrior?
He is not mythic. He is historical.
Okay.
I believe his attribute is man.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because if it's a mythical warrior beast, I can add another thing. Because
he is not.
Achilles would count.
He was a person.
He is
historical
man
fact.
attribute.
His hidden attribute is man. So
It does not matter here. Piercing does not
if
matter.
he was earth or sky, then that would be he is a folkloric figure.
Yes.
He's just a really cool dude who they have to make badass enough to hang out with Iskandar, because
I mean, it was. Yeah. I'll save the chant for when we actually do it with something like cooler. Also, because
I still haven't done my chant, and it's fucking long.
mine's a little long too. But okay, I can unleash this, but I think I'll save that. Actually, no, I can't. I'll just do it.
I'm pretty sure his chant is just.
I'll say this: at least your chant is in English.
I mean, I wanted to do it in Greek, but I could never translate that.
100% in Latin, because that does not make any sense.
I mean, that's
any
easier
other
to do than Greek.
It's true. It is easier than ancient Greek.
Ancient is even harder.
I mean, it doesn't
Either way.
have to be in Greek because they're not.
Yeah.
Greeks.
I know, but it's just it's the extra, you know.
I can translate it into Themyscira for you.
Another time. Okay.
You'll have that comment.
Okay. I lost track of what it was. Okay.
I think you were at SFX maybe for NP.
I was, yes. So it's doubling, so that'd be 2d10. Yeah, I think that's it, technically, yeah.
D1 can be quite rude. We're talking about his roles in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the rolls have been pretty bad. Alright, so...
Hey, I mean, I've been rolling as me. I'm doing fine.
I mean, yours is normal. You've been rolling mediocre at best, like normal.
Whoa.
Well, I don't know. He kind of smacked a bull.
Okay,
Probably could
fair.
have done it a
He's
second
been
time.
rolling up and down consistently.
Yes, he has been rolling up and down. I would.
In terms of the dice roller, Omega versus me, he's kicking my ass.
You have just been. It's not that Omega's been doing super well. It's that you have been getting your ass floored.
That's right. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
rolled poorly.
7 dice.
You
3 4s. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Or 3 3s. Just
I think I still have the worst roll of the night, but
Oh, yeah,
it depends on what you mean by worst. Because I had 3 1s in one of my rolls. So
Well, those are dice you can't add at all, and also meant the Doom Pool, I'm sure, got very spicy.
one's
The
at
Doom
least
Pool
give you-
has been thoroughly despiced, though, as I look at my 2d8s.
At least ones give you pressure points. A 3 is just a bad roll.
True.
true.
You'll
You know,
get something.
3s and 4s are just bad.
But it was also just like a 1, 3 1s, and then like a bunch of 5s.
Oh, okay, well, this is the strongest attack I can do. So, it's
That's
3d12, 4d10, and 2d8.
It's okay. The strongest attack I could do was counter.
No, listen. If you've got plot points, or God forbid, you have a noble phantasm or something with a countering ability, countering is a powerful strat.
Hozuin
I-
is strong.
I'm waiting for him to punch Father Tomas, because I do have an MP with counter on it. But it can only counter chaotic evil targets.
Oh, it
because
counters
that is
that
kind of
attack, not just a plot point thing, right?
no counter. You can just counter.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the thing. The counter SFX is you automatically, again, when defending against stress type, you get to deal back stress with your effect die,
Well, that was
or spend a
okay,
plot point to step
Okay,
it
so
up.
this is indiscriminate, but that's a 19 with a d12 effect.
Well, you don't have any ones, or does it have growing dread?
No.
Then no, you're fine.
Wait, it's indiscriminate?
Indiscriminate
It's
is
moving
Hoshi.
from one point to other point within a second.
Yeah, it's
It moves at the speed of an orbital missile.
You don't have-
that doesn't exist, but okay. It's fast.
I would assume that at this point, basically what would have happened if he had rolled a 1 is one of the priests would have just been taken the fuck out.
Probably.
It definitely would have been Okitan, because she's still doing the stab.
But
Yeah. The
Okita
goal is
can
basically-
also move instantly, so
She activates it, and basically she's now behind the pill. She's now behind the elephant.
you go supersonic. Everybody is probably deaf.
Where am I?
Fire. There was basically like
He basically, the way to describe this for the audience is Penth gets up to 88 miles per hour.
We saw
we
some
just saw some
serious shit.
serious shit.
So you have a 19. Do you want to finagle that any, or are you fine keeping 19 with a
I
D12?
could make it a 27.
Don't just let it ride, and if he
Yeah, let that ride,
if
man.
he dies,
Yeah,
he
fair.
dies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, I must now assemble the pool to hope he do not die. But I cannot do much
Yeah.
because
Man, Ryder Astolfo is very good.
If it fails,
Or not Ryder,
gotta be Kent looking
Saber.
Astolfo's great in all
Saber
forms.
Astolfo.
He
I mean,
is.
he's putting out
He
some
hit
high
Kent,
damage
like-
That's all I gotta say is just do.
as a sport. So.
He is a rival
He's
of
not a
Scandal.
penguin. He's not a penguin.
He still has no, but he's got a
I
French
want to
horn.
change. I want
I'm
to.
like, for a second, I
I
thought you called
honestly-
Astolfo a rival of the Scandal, and I'm like, wait, what?
I want to change whatever. I want to change Honor of Ares to Adversary of Achilles or something because I think that's more
Yeah, you can
fun.
work on that. Actually, you can do that in EXP too.
Probably, yeah.
But for future reference, if you use this character again, you can also do that.
Yeah.
B menace enhancement, A endurance, another D12 for battle continuation, another D12 because he does have his noble phantasm out. They exist.
Yes. Oh wait, this is technically elephant. Elephant isn't technically mythical, so
No, it's an elephant made of skeletons. It's weird.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Okay.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I could do
Sorry
versatile,
that I-
but I think I want the big boy dice. He can attempt to block with his axes though for a 3d8. Roll him. Got a 12 and a 7.
oh, it's
That
opportunity
is
there.
a 20
There's a 20.
20, but it would make
or a
going-
19.
Yeah, it'd be 19.
No,
No,
there's
actually,
an
no,
8
20.
and a
Yeah,
12.
8. That's right.
Yeah, it's 12, yeah,
It's
we
20.
make it 20.
Okay, what was
So
your
you
total?
can
Just the
surpass
18?
for
It'd be a 19. It'd be a 19.
You have a 9. Okay. Yeah, he'll take him, but you do have an opportunity if you wanna activate it for anything. Get a stunt, create a resource, whatever.
I wanted to do a stunt because I think the entire bridge is now covered in divine fire.
You can set up a stunt for next time. That's
That is hilarious.
I'm sure
yeah,
that's
I'm
the
just
conflict.
imagining what happens is the boars go in for the big slam, and just the elephant just catches them with its feet, and just you basically push him off the bridge, but he doesn't take damage.
Those horns are made of stuff that pierce gods. Holy fuck.
He is
Battle
Immortal
continuation is
10,000,
one hell of a
buddy.
skill.
If anything, at the point of that is like Tev just more looks like
Actually,
more brief frustration, like shock than frustration. It's like what? That's
Like,
never happened before.
I imagine
can
skeletons go flying in a shockwave. Anyway, yeah.
can I request you pass it to the father?
Yes, endless.
I want to finally use the second part of this MP.
Go for it. Go
Because
crazy.
I promised this last week, so I would be remiss if I didn't activate this. You see all of the priests stand at attention, and then quickly drive a black key into each of their sternums.
It's like Bayonetta.
As they fall towards the bridge, and then explode in holy fire.
Oh, that's right. You have your holy suicide bombers.
God is great. God is great.
Yes.
Is it racist?
Now we're really Helsing.
as this part of the Noble Phantasm is called, and there were tears in heaven. Because I think I was on a music kick when I designed this character.
I mean, hey, it's not bad.
But
Wait, Joe,
yeah,
have we made this?
We are like 4 animes right now because this is definitely Helsing. The city is on
so-
fire.
this will be hitting area. This will be hitting Darius, and then his Immortal 10,000.
Okay, you can actually do that, but that's technically right. They're not like a. You can target the trait, but that would be a D12. Do you want to do that?
Just so I don't forget. Do we technically know what the name of the servant is now?
Yeah, it's Darius 3.
All right, cool. Because I'm gonna bar for that next time.
It's Darius Age 3.
I will be using Deadly,
Sounds good.
because I will be using Anti-Evil.
Correct.
I will be using I'll be using Rage.
Okay, which one of my D8s do you want?
One of them.
All right.
I will be using Distinction Grand Inquisitor.
Seems about right.
I'm ordering them to do stuff. I will have to use Growing Dread because I just forced 21 people to commit suicide.
Yeah.
They'll
Did
be
they
and
get
I
that?
will-
Did they got it good in Latin?
and I will be using Unleash.
Okay. So you're doubling, I assume?
Yes, I am doubling the Noble Phantasm die, so I have 4d12, 2d8s, 1d6, 1d10.
It's a big one. Oh, don't forget, did you remember his D12 physical stress he's got?
That's why I was 4.
And his D10 madness enhancement, which you can exploit against him.
Oh, I didn't
I
have
will
the
do
madness
that.
in mind. Damn.
I will do that one.
That is the thing about madness enhancement.
That's the one I forgot. Yeah.
Well,
I added the madness enhancement in my initial roll and then took it out because
I'm going to be burning a PowerPoint to add to this.
All right.
I think the bridge might be gone.
I think it was already like on fire because the boars exploded into fire as they launch. So,
Well, my amount is 35. With a not a D12 effect die.
That's okay.
because
He's
I
already
can't.
got D12 stress. You do anything, it's up and over. So
Well, I do an effective D10, 12, because I use a D10. But it's 36 and a... yes.
you got any 1s or 2s?
Omega just
Yes,
asked.
2 1.
Okay, I'm gonna add 2d6.
I unleashed on my like SMP, so definitely you definitely get a D10 in your
I
doom pool.
do because unleash you failed. Yes. Ooh.
I'm going to step up one of your D6s for rage.
Well, you already used one of my d8s.
I did.
Yeah.
You have a D10 now.
I do. I have 2d10 because Penn failed. Unleash.
I should have committed to it, honestly.
Probably.
But yeah.
Okay. All right.
36 as the bridge fucking explodes.
One of these guys just jumps down, lands on top of Darius the elephant. He just looks down like, "Mer?"
She pushes them, and push them directly under most of them.
I like to imagine
So,
there's all this stuff going on the bridge, and Devram's just 2 miles away looking at it. Like,
Yeah, we just have a Devram cut. Just cut to
I
his
assume
sniper
Okita-
scope.
I assume
What they
Okita
doing
can
over
dodge.
there?
I assume Okita can dodge this.
Yeah, well, Okita can
if
get
needed,
out
I
of the
can
way.
spend a PowerPoint, but
It's not
she's-
necessary. Penn can
Okay.
fly right
Because-
now.
It does not affect Pen.
It's
That is-
not.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
So she's just
not
fine.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
cool. She's gonna get to walk
Uh,
out of the fire like a badass.
Same with Mash.
Okay.
Mash is just unaffected at all.
Well, Mash is on a pillar right now. Nobody gave her a chance to go at all.
The bridge is exploding. All of the bridge.
Darius, man, he's a man. He's a lone wolf. He's got a D8.
Oh, that reminds me. I did forget a dice. I need to roll that. Because you might get another one. I forgot my pair up dice.
I'm just because for the jokes, I'm gonna use Rival of Iskander again. Excuse me, sir.
No, you did not. I did not roll a 1.
Okay.
It did not change my result because it couldn't have, but
Also, just to add it, can't fly with the chariot. It moves from one point to point B. It just floats.
No,
Anyway.
Axe, don't shoot yourself in the foot. It's a chariot. It's fate. It fucking flies. They all
Oh,
fly.
okay. I made the point that it didn't. Okay.
flies.
Don't be a hipster. They fly.
I made it where it's like
Everybody flies, and also you're gonna cause a lot of problems if you just sonic boom everywhere.
Father
wanted-
Thomas can literally fly.
No, I'm just saying, like every chariot, even Boudica's chariot, it's fucking blessed by the gods, dude. It can
It just
fly.
does,
I'm like,
it does
well, I
the
guess
Caledonia
every
board
chariot
thing where it sonic
flies.
booms everywhere.
No, I understand that. Father Thomas can fly.
That was his distinction. He is gonna use his endurance, as always. He's gonna roll them d10s in there. Get them in there.
Oh yes, and I do actually have to read this. As he says, "Iu tu sanctum Deus est detonatum."
I caught detonatum in there.
Yes, the sanctum of God. Detonate the sanctum of God.
Do they say God is good if they die?
No, they probably say Deus Vult.
Okay.
Deus Vult!
So they don't just scream in pain as the fire engulfs them. Got it.
No,
So
they're
they're
fire.
inquisitors. They're going for it, dude.
They all have madness enhancement.
Deus Vult!
Oh wait,
They literally all have madness enhancement. Zealot.
of course it's Zealotry.
Okay.
Yes,
Add
they're
another.
all insane.
Add another d12.
That is wonderful.
It literally, he summons his most loyal inquisitors.
Oh god, that's
So
scary.
the people that most of the Inquisition go, they're a bit much.
Roll to die. That's gonna be a die. That's only an 18.
So not a 36.
That's like a super mega crit.
Fine.
Yeah, so you were already gonna do a d10, but you're gonna step up probably twice, I think, because you beat him by over 10.
How about twice? Do I just do trauma?
Yeah, and again, I think for purposes of the night, he's already traumatized his way out of one fight. I think he's done. I think this is a good point for Darius III, Darius Age 3 to leave the stage, as just the bridge violently explodes, Skeletons go everywhere. Just in the flames, you hear one final...
And just for the imagery, you see Father Tomas hovering a little bit above the pillars of the bridge, smiling like a lunatic.
So I think we may have one final sequence in this event, which is, so some of y'all are on pillars.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
The bridge is now collapsing. The bridge is done for. One end of it has been stomped by an elephant and then was near a sonic boom and was then exploded. So the bridge is going in the fucking river.
I doubt Ku can catch me.
I mean, Celeste will, Marie, you have Holmes with you, right?
I do, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, wait,
he
can
could
Pep just
probably
catch me
help
with the
you with
chariot?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okitan grabs Smash.
Okay.
Hoshi can also catches any straggler. Big and can carry more than one person.
I feel like Hoshi's probably slightly disappointed as she like jumps out of the water to be like, oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
So Aelius is over top of the chariot, which Pep is not there. She's just standing in the flames, disappointed that she didn't get the kill.
I didn't expect it to be that explosive. They packed extra TNT
Inside their chest.
as I rolled fucking an 11 and 2 12.
Oh no, that was a big one.
I was just like, oh god. As I saw that, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, no,
you just hear the creaking, and then the suspension starts. Wires go everywhere, concrete breaks, and it just.
Because I want to show off my agility, I will just run the length of the bridge.
That's fair. You can run back or jump forward. Oh, actually, we can say he was on the side. You don't need. You literally don't need that half of town anymore. It's fine.
I do in fact have a D12 parkour.
Wait, am I still on the half of the town that we don't need?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Okitan will come pick me up.
Okay, can just probably carry you again.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah.
Like, can you shoot while in her arms?
Probably. It felt like it. So I'm Celeste just sprints up the bridge as it, one half just falls into the river. Chunks of concrete and asphalt plummet down. Okita grabs Mash and just jumps away.
Pep has C+ agility. She can just kind of leap up through.
Yeah, she can just walk out of it. She can just, climb up. Does anybody want to say goodbye, Darius?
Goodbye.
Why don't I just see, Holmes just casually sprinting up the bridge, clapping where he's like, I did not sign up for this much activity.
No.
What do the young people say these days, Master? Don't skip leg day. With Holmes and his B+ agility.
Master of the Amazon Queen.
Just
jumps his way up. Your remarks, Holmes.
Problem is, I guess her chariot also technically has like A++ agility.
Yeah, I can do something.
I guess it makes sense, but Hoshi only has C agility.
So my character essentially has equivalent agility to Hoshi and Pen. But then again, they could also squish me like bug.
Yeah.
So
Peppy Peppy casually gripping one of the metal things, so she's not falling in the water.
Well, you may have on-par agility with Hoshi, but she also has mana. Essentially, lets her use her strength as her agility.
And Peppy can also
mana burst is a real
use
bullshit
Peppy
skill.
can use like Blessing of the War God to also get.
Oh no, I'm just saying they're basic.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm not. I don't imply that you're saying you can outspeed Hoshi. Just saying that even though she has C agility, she's still super fucking fast because Berserkers are bullshit.
Now, Father Tomas might be able to outrun anyone here because he has agility A.
I just noticed a thing.
The justice of the church is swift.
Okita doesn't count.
She also has agility, though. That's the thing.
Not anyone, because agility A and skills of bullshit.
Yes.
Is Furthest Earth also rated A too? Also.
Furthest Earth is indeed A.
Yeah. No, you're double fast. You're super fast.
I technically could make Peps and P even harder by comboing it with other things. So it's like,
that's how you do it. But yeah, so basically everybody, I think that's fair. We accidentally added a couple D10s back into the Doom pool with that. So I think it's fair the bridge just falls into the fucking river. You guys scrabble up or jump up or are carried by servants.
I want to end it on preparing for what we do next. That's fair.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think dramatically and also we're at a good heading off point. We're at about 3:15. I think it's a good point to just end the scenario.
I did. Okay, fair. I just think we should maybe go for the forest next. Let Berserker down.
Well, I mean, there's only one place left to go now, so.
Well, you're heading to the Grail Cavern. The question is, do you want to go the long way around through the Einsburn Forest and come up the back way and fight Berserker, or do you want to cut through the ruins of the temple and fight Archer?
I want to get rid of Berserker because I don't want to fight. Actually,
we need to get Archer first. In my opinion, we need to get rid of Archer first, because that guy can hit us from far.
I'm more
guns,
afraid
man.
Here's the thing, I'm more afraid of Archer sneaking up on us, because from what I know about Grail Wars, Berserkers do not tend to be very stealthy.
Yeah, as you noticed with this guy, he was technically a rider, but had Madness Enhancement B. All he could do was yell and scream and summon skeletons. He had about as much subtlety as a brick that was on fire and made of skeletons.
Also, the fact that Hoshi just refuses to be a Spiritron form, she doesn't play that rule.
Hoshi just
so does
clonk,
actually.
Okay.
Temp is now grumpy, and we'll probably all go to Spirit Form until she gets to kill something she likes.
Yeah, no, I guess we can discuss off recording.
But I feel like this is a good point too to wrap up the record out.
Yeah.
As like I said, we zoom, we zoom to the dramatic shot. We snap back to Devram camp as he watches the bridge just fall. One half falls in, and then the rest of it just into the river.
Somewhere in another world, someone says, "Oh God damn it, not again!"
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait,
this poor bridge has been destroyed so many times.
I just bit cheeky. It's like, wait, fucking not again.
I can get a different bridge.
Yeah,
It just looked the same.
But it has also been blown up in other Fate Works.
Yeah, Fuyuki bridge. Honestly, I don't know if Singularity Fuyuki is the worst Fuyuki has been.
I mean,
probably not.
I would argue Fuyuki during the ending of Heaven's Field.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and also remember that at a different point, this whole city was set on fire with Grail Mud. So
remember Fate Zero? Yeah, I think that's arguably worse.
I'd still edge it out to Heaven's Field, but Fate Zero is definitely second place.
This is like a lot of bad shit. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next time for whichever of the Morton's Fork we decide is least bad. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
Bye.